feel like that decision comes from a negative place.
That's a fine piece, but it can be better.
Moving up in the world! Not all Jabalians are pacifists.
Send me your huge items. Price? Don't care. Fine, here's some gold. I'll take it, I guess.
Why does Nufu set himself apart? We Sphinxians must work together. All wisdom has power, but not all power has wisdom.
You do see these tusks, right? I should warn you, I'm not like other Jabalians. I'll admit, that was impressive.
Hi, I'm Quixel, Master Merchant or something. Buy from Barcoon instead. He actually cares about this.
Take your time. I'm pretty laid back. I used to offer a free ride home, but people thought it was weird. Oh, I think you're really gonna enjoy that. Oh, delivery's free. I like the exercise. I used to offer a free ride home, but people thought it was weird.
You've just taken the first step toward good taste. Whoever said money can't buy class had neither. You're a smart one for your size. Whoever said money can't buy class had neither.
If you know you are the best, is not humility a deception? I doubted a non-Sphinxian could learn that. Impressive.
I think this is GG. I'm fairly confident I don't lose this. But I'm just gonna watch it before saying anything.
Are you sure? Have you noticed? I'm here.
If Gigi the monkey's walking around with a golden pimp cane, then yes. Absolutely Gigi. Oh, dear God. Maybe not. Uh-oh. Oh, no, they've got a perfect build, too. Uh-oh, I think they win this one, actually. I gotta freeze first. Uh-oh. One second. Hold on. Bated breath. Pretty colors. Give him the whole ass rainbow. Oh, my face! Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. This is unranked, too. Damn it. What a good build. That was so cool. I started this run while I was waiting for Julian, and I'm like, you know, I gotta get stream started, because I didn't expect this to go this far. And then it did. And then, yeah. Wow. That's by far my most successful value-based pig run in the Bazaar ever. This is so neat. Double turbo. So basically, this gave 6 pace, this gave 6 days every time this went off. It also made it so that every time this went off, it gave this value. So basically, 92 times 3, what is that, 276? 276 shield given to Landscraper every 6 seconds. Plus 51 every time this was popped, which just popped 3 times. What a freaking cool build.
If the Elder could see me now.
Except you were unranked, so they'll never see you, or they'll cry when they see it. Damn good run. Damn good one. Hello, everyone! Happy Friday! TGIF and all that shit. Hope you're having a good one. Lugia, good to see you. Madeline, welcome in. Hope you're well. Noble, good to see you. Sai, good to see you. Mako, welcome. We're not playing the Bazaar the whole day, don't worry. This is actually an interview. We're just waiting for Julian. Julian gave me the word that he's just waiting for a couple of things to be approved. He is going to be pushing the patch very soon. So we're just going to be waiting for that. In the meantime, we're just going to hang out and wait for that. No pressure from him. Thank you, everybody, for your patience. When we said 4 o'clock, he needed another hour, so I said, sure, let's do that. But we are going to be interviewing Julian. He is the dev of Questmaster. I mean, if he's doing it and then he's coming on after, it's all good. I didn't realize he was actually going to be pushing the patch this close to the interview. I look like I'm eating words now that I talked about in the Discord. I'm like, yeah, he always gives enough time with the major update, and then, you know, he wants to check to make sure there's no bugs and everything like that, and then lo and behold, he's like, yeah, so we're going to be pushing this and we're doing the interview. I go, all right. Fine. That's cool. That means literally we're going to see it fresh before everybody else discovers everything faster than me. So, yeah. Hope you guys are good. I'm going to leave the Bazaar music on because the Bazaar music is nice. Actually, you know what? I don't have to. I guess I can reverse what I was going to do. Do you guys want to see how my map's been doing? My map in Questmaster's been going well, but I've been working on it a lot more because I don't know where we are before 1.0 for Questmaster. I'm like, I really need this map done before I start Johto, and I really want it done before 1.0, so that could be like my last map done before that. You have a special drawing for this update, so you know what we're seeing, because you're a tester. Alright. Forget where I want to put myself. Where are you going, bunny noob? You're going upside down and tilted. There you go. Nope, you know, that looks awkward. You're going to go over here tilted. Perfect. I've been working on Sevi Islands. It's taken a lot longer than I thought it would, but I can give you an idea. Also, I have to play this on keyboard now because the drift on my controller ruins this. I'll give you a little sneak peeksies is what I've been working on. So you can't tell, but this paper's starting to get like really oily and really beat up from me like having to refer to it nonstop. But I am done about like 5.5 out of the 7 islands now. So it should be done and dusted. We're up to 85 coins. But you'll see here, without me revealing too many of the secrets, Icefall Factory's been completed. I've gotten the Aisle 5 is completed, basically. I've set up everything here. Rocket Warehouse is in there. And then Aisle 6. I did a lot. I did a lot up here. You guys saw some of that on stream. And then this was actually what I was working on. I could show you Ruin Valley. This is what I was working on for the past... I worked on a piece of this last night, and then I worked on Ruin Valley this afternoon while also getting some work stuff organized and things like that. So I've actually been splitting my time pretty well. I actually like this. If you look at the map on this, this is one of my, in my opinion, my prettiest map shapes that I've ever made. This actually looks mountainous, and I'm pretty happy about it. Because it's supposed to be mountainous. It's actually apparently the only map in Fire Red, Leaf Green, or Emerald that uses double layered height tiles. Because it's supposed to be a super mountainous place, which doesn't sport any mountains, weirdly enough. There are more mountains in Mount Chimney's cutscene. But, yeah, this is apparently the only map in the entire Gen 3 series that uses double layered height. So obviously I can't do that because there's only a lower and upper height for this game. But I wanted to get sort of that mountainous look for it, so... Fun fact, you get the glider in this map, so you can actually go from here over to here, and if you wanted to, you could glide all the way across this mountain. I left that in. It's nowhere near faster than you traversing Ruin Valley, but I looked at it, I'm like, doesn't cheat anything, because you have to do so freaking much, you can fall down holes and stuff like that. So, yeah, I've been doing a lot of work. Here's the secrets. I've been doing a lot of work on this map in my spare time, so hoping to have this map done soon. It's also going to depend on what comes out with the update today, because that might influence maybe some of the puzzles that I was struggling with. Also, I had a logic break I had to fix here. I did fix it. Luckily, Julian brought out global triggers, so that helped a lot with sort of those happening. I still have to those graves with some. Yeah, this was the fix. I had to actually change this to a trigger because I had this as a key door, and then I realized, oh crap, they could actually use the keys in 2 different places. So instead of like skipping everything, I had to go back in and like fix this part so that this was only a small key, and then I could start using small keys after this part in the map. So yeah, I only got one island left, and it's gonna be the big one. I don't think I can show that one off on stream either, because that's kind of like the penultimate of the story, even though you guys know nothing of the story. It's been kind of like fragmented lore. It slightly changes the Pokemon formula. Slightly. So. Yeah, how you guys doing? What are your guesses for this update? Because I have no idea. I actually have no idea. I'm also concerned. Actually, I want to... That reminds me. Where is... I've lost my way. No, he didn't. He's lying. He's absolutely lying. So I didn't even remember this game's called Questmaster. Okay, so this is here. There was another warp point I wanted to put in. It was here, I believe. Yeah. Yeah, I have to. I'm actually gonna move this. I want to move this out of here, because I'm just worried that it's gonna be in the way. Because now I know there's gonna be 2 different warps, so I'm gonna put that warp there. And then I'm gonna put this warp... do I want to make it triggered by the... Yeah, I'm out of... I think I'm out of global triggers, right? Did I run out of global triggers? No, I have to set up a global trigger connecting to inside here, which I'm not showing off. Because you're global... I have an entire, like, map here for myself, so I know what triggers... Kind of. I have to still complete it. But, I have my list of global triggers here. Yeah, we're up to global 10. We only have 1 global left. So either this update gives me infinite global triggers, or we get something cooler. Or a bunch of things. Girl boss triggers? I had to figure out, like, how to do rockets in this. And I usually did the skeletons, but I'm like, yeah, but the skeletons have use in a particular spot, so I had to do, like, a mix of skeletons, and then we have, like, elite rockets. Almost like admins, where I just gave them a sword and shield, which are actually quite tough on in certain places. Very tough on keyboard, if you believe it. Trying to think what I could touch up. I guess I could start working on dotted hole while we wait. Just asking Julian, not rushing him, just asking what his time frame's going to look like. The goal of the game is to win. It's just a win. Basically, I'm remaking a bunch of Pokemon maps, so this is playing through the entire side quest of Pokemon Fire Red Leaf Green, which is the Sevi Islands. So I'm rebuilding the maps and making them Zelda-fied. So, like, I already did Kanto, I did all of Gen 1, and that was a big learning curve for me. So I learned a lot of things that I wanted to do, like thickness of walls and stuff like that, to create kind of the same shape of Pokemon maps, but with quality of life improvements so that people wouldn't find ways to, you know, accidentally skip puzzles or lose their way. Like, it's fairly linear. I used to build my own maps in I Want a Maker for charity. Like, I used to do I Want a Fan Game maps. And I found that it was very difficult to kind of, like, take concepts of something and then apply them to myself. So I told myself I'm not going to be nervous about being that guy who just copies other people's ideas, because I inject my own sort of flair into the maps to try and, like, reimagine what, you know, Water Path would look like and things like this. So even if... Why is this here? Even if, like, I feel, you know, I just feel self-conscious that I'm copying, but also I think I've done much better work with just recreations. And I'm having a lot of fun with it because it's kind of like, you know, here's the Onyx memorial from Fire Red. I had to make it work. So I made it a way that you have to, you know, honor Onyx by smashing a bunch of rocks and stuff like that. And just, like, redoing the waterfalls and sort of making everything look like, here's the rich person's house. You know, using... We don't have flamingos or anything, but, you know, this is the rich person's house, and you have to complete a puzzle in there to go get an item and stuff like that. So, you know, those are all that's a bunch of, I think we said, what did we say, Pidgeys? And then here's the one Spearow or whatever that goes quack. So, I've just been having a lot of fun reliving. Like, I usually play a lot of Pokemon, so it's been really fun building Pokemon maps in Questmaster, and I've known Julian for years, and this engine is very, very spectacular. So, I don't know, I might not be the best map maker, and I definitely make, like, hour-long maps, or hours long of maps, but I have a lot of fun reimagining the maps and sort of just going with that. So. But yeah, once this is done, I'm gonna be taking Pokemon Crystal and building that completely in this. Hopefully with 1.0 where we'll have the multiple maps and the overworld, because that should make things more organized. So that'll be cool. I hope we get colored keys. I want colored boss keys. Or, like, badges. I can finally put, like, badges in. Which could be, like, just these little triggers here, but... Chat, there's been a slight delay, but Julian might slip on anyways. We can tease we can tease Julian and be like, we know you can't tell us anything, but like, come on. Come on. You can tell us. Just tell us when 1.0 is happening. Or don't, it's all good. I do have to go back and like clean up some of the look of this. Like, this all came out okay. Some of it was very awkward. Like, this is supposed to be a Lost Woods, because that's what Pokemon had. And it was very difficult to do. It's not actually that complicated. Where's trailer? Yeah, I had to change this, I think. Yeah, I had to make this into a freaking trigger, and then I gotta figure out how people are doing global triggers. I've been building too much and not playing enough, or I guess not paying enough attention to enough Questmaster streamers. I need to learn how global triggers are being demonstrated. I'm trying to find ways to do it, but also it only applies if kind of people know Pokemon, but I'm working on it. Signs help a lot. Okay, Julian's ready. Not with the we're going to be talking random stuff for a little bit because I mean, if he wants to explain, he can. There's no rush. Hopefully I get the audio right. Probably not. Hello?
Yo.
How's it going?
Pretty good. I'm pretty good.
That's good. I have an angry riot or mob I've been holding back.
Do you?
No, but you know, I think it's an excited riot.
Yeah, I mean the update should release pretty shortly. I don't know why they're redoing the music, but like I saw it. It looks pretty good. So I don't know what the issue is about, but we'll see.
You can see music.
I can. Yeah, I have more than the common senses of human.
Ah.
I'm just joking. Like it should release in the next 20 minutes. I'm pretty sure.
Ah, you're good.
I could release it right now, but I don't want to headbutt the guys at Apogee, so that would be.
No, we're already towing that line where you almost lost your job on our last interview because you were like telling us about ideas you wanted to do. We're like, I'm not supposed to say it, but here's a bunch of ideas I might consider, maybe not really.
Yeah.
And it's only because
exactly,
I'm not big enough to immediately get you canceled by, like, if you did an interview with anybody else, so...
Right.
Yeah. I mean, you didn't hear that. That's not on recording.
Yeah, of course.
How you doing, man? Happy spring. It's spring. Does that have something to do with the update?
Not really. It's actually kind of the opposite.
Oh, good. Okay.
Yeah, it's been really nice actually in Germany. We've been having a lot of sun, a lot of sun that you can actually also feel on your skin, which is really nice. So I'm looking forward to. Usually, like the spring weather in Germany is like very hit or miss. It's like either really rainy or really cold, or like it's really hot. So it's really like dynamic, but it's been pretty good. So I've been enjoying the outside. I've been touching some grass, which is uncommon for me.
Does that have anything to do with the update? No, I'm kidding. I'm not going to do it every single time. Or will I? No. Yeah, we've been... Yeah, I know all too well that, because Canada's the same way, where our weather can just change on a whim.
Yeah.
We have everything.
Yeah, I heard.
So...
Pretty nuts.
But right now it's been relatively good. It was good, too, because today we had my parents' window open, where we had a bunch of insulation being poured through it, because they had to redo the attic insulation. It hasn't been done in 45 years. So...
Damn.
There's just a giant tube and the window was open and we're like, okay, well, if this was a cold day, this would have sucked. But luckily it's a very nice day.
Well, that's good. That's good.
Yeah. Instead of touching grass, I'm inside looking at grass.
Yeah, I mean, that's an alternative. What you building there? Is it like a Pokemon map?
Yeah, this is the Sevi Islands map. This is the pre-1.0 map
nice.
I've been practicing with. So
okay.
I have like I built a spreadsheet for myself on how I want to record triggers and drops, and then I have like a roadmap here of sorts, which I've gotten lost on, by the way. So I'm sure my testers are going to absolutely enjoy, because there's like 25 steps to the map. It's going to take an hour and a half. I mean, the first half of the map when people played took about 25 minutes. But this part is much longer because just a lot of walking around and warping and stuff like that. It's just how it is. Once I do Gen 2, it's going to be much bigger. Yeah.
Holy shit.
So I've just been sort of stalling, talking, thinking. Yeah.
Sevi Islands.
Yeah, this
That's
is the
not,
side quest in Fire Red.
Oh, right, I never played that.
Yeah. Basically, like, after you beat Blaine in Pokemon Red, Bill comes up, he's like, hey, you want to take my private boat to these islands that are currently burning? I lost my time machine keys. And you're like, yeah, okay, sure. So you go unearth 2 precious metals from sacred places to start up his time machine, and then you can start trading with other people.
Damn, that's actually crazy.
Yeah.
That sounds so good.
The lore that is hinted behind it is cooler, where it's like, this is the machine that brings you to a time when Giovanni, like, escaped from Team Rocket and stuff like that. I like that. I like that part of the story more than just being like, yeah, me and Celio, we're both trying to just connect in Time Machine, which is just us trading Pokemon. But I slightly transform the story, so Moltres is evil in this, and Team Rocket has something to do with it, and I actually have lore pieces around. I've been using NPCs and signs and as much as I can. There's like word puzzles now. I'm gonna be doing Braille, but not Braille because I can't do Braille because you give me literally 2 lines of text per sign.
I'm sorry.
That's not your fault. There's limitations. I can't help that. Unless I like literally lined up a bunch of signs and then put the dots somewhere to make it work, which I'm not gonna do.
Right.
I like you guys, but not that much.
Yeah. No, I gotcha. Yeah, Braille's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe there's some. I'm sure there would be some kind of like ASCII, like Unicode characters that maybe can symbolize Braille. I don't know. Maybe there are.
Because I didn't even realize. Like, I was only figuring out once I was able to do the E with the accent for Pokemon.
Right.
I'm like, oh, we actually have like alt commands. That's good.
Yeah.
I actually should check that. The problem is that you have to line it up, right? Because it's not just like a bunch of dots in a row. You have to have multiple lines. To my knowledge, I can only go down 2.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
true.
I would have done more.
Yeah,
vertical,
I wouldn't know how to.
I would have done more vertical typing, but it's no big deal. I'm figuring it out. I'm having fun putting a lot of words on people's tombstones, because death.
Of course.
Burning everything down, stuff like that. Yeah. I guess while we wait, first of all, you don't have to explain this to me in full. Is there a particular... You know how I usually open up a map to be able to test things?
Yeah.
Should there be a size of a map I should be considering this time? Oh yeah, we could put our screensaver up.
I don't know if you have any maps that use the Gastron Palace theme with like holes, because I think that would be the most appropriate to transform into the Thunderbolt Bastion theme that comes out today.
The what theme?
Oh, well, it's spoiled anyway. It's called Thunderbolt Bastion.
It is the castle! Aha! Hey, you, come here. DVD screensaver, come here. You remember this thing?
I do.
There we go.
Very fondly.
Very fun to watch. So we were right.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I always add the tag for the theme way too early into Mod.io, so it's visible before I actually release the theme. Pretty dumb, but it is what it is.
You know what happens. So my guess is, because my guess was actually, we were thinking, like, maybe this is an alternate, because there's no way you would necessarily just have a whole new... You said you wanted to do a castle theme at some point, but we're thinking, like, well, there's a lot of things that kind of look like castles, so maybe it's an alt. So Gustman was not my guess. I was guessing... Which one was I guessing? I was guessing an older one. I think I was guessing an alternate to Quarry, but Palace makes more sense to a castle, so... That's
cool. So, like, the thing with Thunderbolt is that I really wanted to have like the electricity mechanics in the game still, so that was having some kind of like storm-ridden dungeon theme was like the most fitting, and that kind of like fit the Gastron Palace variant best, since it's like in the air, right? So we have the rain with the thunderstorm with the lightning strikes, and it also actually fits the single-player campaign best as well. So it was like a 2-for-1, which was very good.
Yeah, we figured when we saw the sort of the hint to the the underground Minish Cap hub of sorts, that we saw the different symbols. We're like, we see 8 symbols. So we were like, okay, 4 main, or then you brought out 5 main, and we go, okay, so there's going to be a couple of variants in there that probably have to exist. So I think the Thunderbolt was on there, or a sun, or something like that. So we figured something along
to be
those
fair,
lines might come out.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I didn't expect there to be this many themes, honestly. Like, I didn't... I think in the first trailer we only promised 6 themes, but it just grew over time, which is good, because, like, my original plan was to have over 10, which right now is going to be the amount. Like, there's going to be over 10 themes in the end. Just the base game. So right now we're working on... I think we're working on the one of the 2 last themes that will be in the game, which is pretty good, pretty exciting. They will release... I don't know if we will release them before the 1.0 launch, since they correspond pretty much to the campaign itself. It wouldn't make that much sense to release them outside, but potentially. I would imagine that if we delay the single-player campaign release, since it does need quite a bit more time in the oven, that's for sure. We definitely can't make the May release. I'll probably have to slot in one of the themes as another major update in time. That would be good in my opinion.
Right. Yeah, so I was counting. So there's 6 main themes right now that aren't variants, and then you have the Moonlit Grotto, which is the Forest theme, Forest Dew alternate. So if the Volt Bastion, sorry, Volt Thunder Bastion. I play Pokemon. We use Electric and Lightning. What's it called again? My bad. Thunderbolt Bastion?
Oh, damn, your connection is really bad right now.
Oh, no.
Wait. Say something?
I'm saying something. Hello?
Let me reconnect.
Sure, yeah. Hello?
Hello, hello?
Hello?
Now it's good.
Okay. Good old Discord things.
Discord moment. Yeah, like, we have 6 main themes with the variants. I think we have 2 variants right now, yeah. Ideally, I guess every theme has a variant, but I don't know if we have the budget for that, honestly. Before 1.0 at least. Like, after 1.0, I'm happy to do that if the game makes enough money, but... Yeah... A theme variant is quite a big undertaking.
Well, I mean, yeah, it would all depend on the, on, like, the artist finances and stuff like that, right? That makes sense.
Yeah.
Now that's interesting though, because
we will be able to create. Yeah, what's that?
No, I was gonna say it's interesting because I guess I'm sort of thinking about the themes you have now and the antithesis. So I like the idea of, you know, you went from a nice forest to sort of a haunted forest, and if Thunderbolt Bastion is a thing, that would be the antithesis to kind of like a calm sky. So, like, the opposite of water or fire would be ice.
Hello?
Hello? Oh, does it keep cutting?
Yeah, now I'm back. Sorry.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Yeah, it's really bad right now.
I'm gonna blame Germany because there's nothing happening on my end. Really?
Yeah. I mean, the stream is fine. Wait, no, is it?
Sorry.
Okay, I'll just disable the stream. Maybe that fixes it. Maybe it's taking too much bandwidth.
There's just a DVD screensaver happening right now.
What the? Okay, it should be fine now.
Should be good now?
No, it's still bad. Let me reset Discord fully.
Sure, okay, yeah. That's what I'm thinking, Noble. Also, hi to everybody coming in. Selma Cruz, Sleep Girl, Paranoia. I was in your stream last night. Watched it a little bit before I went to bed. Hello.
There we go. Now it's smooth again.
Ah, Discord things. It's still a Discord thing, no matter what.
Man, where were we?
So I was just saying, like, thinking about the variants, with like clear sky, stormy sky, stuff like that. I'm curious. You don't have to spoil, obviously, but it makes me think like. You added honey, because that's a good point that Sleepy Sleep brought up. Honey is there, so like I'm trying to think. Usually the opposite to fire or water would be like ice. So I'm trying to think. There are some things here that almost seem, unless it was just more water or more fire, Like, either you guys got really, really creative, which is not to say that you didn't get creative with, like, Haunted Forest versus Nice Forest, but I feel like the themes that we haven't seen the alternatives for, rightfully so, would probably be more difficult to make them stand out other than, hey, it's ice, but red. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So...
Yes. No question. No question. I mean, with the honey, I would like to have, like, a beehive theme. I think it would be kind of funny. But I don't know... I don't know how, like, it probably wouldn't be a variant, since... I mean...
It'd be kind of like forest, though, right?
Yeah,
I
right?
guess. What else do you... So, unless you go the way of, like, Cuphead, where you go, like, urban bees.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it'd probably have to be like a completely new theme, which is fine. I mean, I'm not against having like I'm not in favor of having all like theme variants. That's not a necessity. And with modding, people can add like their own theme variants anyway soon, so that's not really a concern for me.
Yeah, that is true. Like the modding scene, we haven't talked about the modding since we were supposed to talk about the modding, because we were supposed to do an interview about the custom themes. But we can talk about all of that now, because effectively your entire game is nearly moddable.
It's
NPCs,
getting there. It's
music,
getting there.
rings, pets. Well, NPCs would like soon. Monsters are going to be happening, I would assume, at some point.
Everything, yeah.
Yeah, like the modding scene, I want to say, is actually quite unique to what most people would understand from like a maker genre, because most kind of just give their own assets, and I feel like the modding scene kind of just takes it a step further than I think most companies would go for. Was this something that you guys were looking to try and ensure that modding could happen to stand out, or because you value the creativity of others? Like, what was... Modding came really quickly, in my opinion, for this game, like really early in its development. Yeah,
it's tough, honestly, because the thing is, like, Questmaster has always been moddable from the very get-go. Like, from when I started in 2021, I always made it, like, modding first. That was, like, a big thing for me, but when we got with Apogee, they told me to remove it, since it would not be the best move in respect to, like, copyright and stuff like that. Obviously, we can see that the workshop right now already is flooded with the Zelda stuff, which was not a surprise, but I'm happy about that. So, I think just a few weeks ago, I think at the start of this year, I just made a bold decision to just add it back, since I did see a drop in interest, or like just having a steady interest in the game, so I figured adding modding could potentially elevate that to a significant degree.
Yeah.
Which we haven't seen yet, but I think it's fine since it's still in early stages.
Yeah.
But I think especially the music modding is very crazy, since the music transforms like the ambience of your dungeon so much, and I'm so glad that it's so popular. Like, we have so many music mods already, and it's so easy to add them, so it's really cool to see. I'm really happy about that.
Yeah, and I honestly, like, I'm no business person, but something that I've known from business a lot is sort of like the increments that a lot of people will give are kind of like testing the waters to see, you know, do we actually invest into something this intense like modding would be on a budget. So the fact that I honestly think it's a spectacular call, because it is something that a lot of makers don't do, and it is a creativity limitation for a lot of people. They're not going to do what I'm doing, where I'm literally recreating Pokemon games and pretending that something is a particular Pokemon, right? A lot of people don't necessarily have or want to do that creative thinking, because it's very difficult to do, and it's time consuming. So if you have someone who has a particular set of skills, like they're in the tech or they're in the music industry, like I have a friend, she does video game soundtracks, and I told her, like, when I can afford to pay for your services, I want to put a song in this game for my, like, I want to put Pokemon homage themes, because I know she can do it, she's done it for me before. And I'm like, I think it would be really cool to have these sort of teams come together, because then you can think about other sort of advertisement ways of just going like, hey, if you've got a bunch of people who know how to make sprites and music and stuff like that, you just engage a lot more of a community and a consumer base by giving those tools.
Absolutely.
And also, I think it also shows trust. You know, you're not worried about people like abusing your systems because you have your own moderation, things like that, but also I think it personally includes people into that development and probably gives you ideas too.
It absolutely does, yeah. I'm actually kind of glad to add it, since I'm looking forward to see what people will create, especially once I add modding items and enemies and stuff like that. Not to say that I will just like add mods into the game, like into the base game, like straight up, but we'll probably like, I'm pretty sure that there will be mods that I will just take with the agreement of the author, obviously, and we'll polish it up a bit with the graphics and the stuff, and then we'll just have it into the in the base game. Because why not, right? I think it's a testament to how robust the modding tools are, and this is exactly what I want them to be. With the modding, like, it's arguably pretty dumb to edit at this stage, since development-wise the game is so far. So having to add modding, like, retrospectively is quite a task. This is why it's taking so long. Because I have to rip out a lot of systems and replace them with something that's moddable, which doesn't always go hand in hand, unfortunately.
Yes.
So, and then we also have the decision about, like, since Questmaster right now is not programmable, right? You only use markup languages like YAML and JSON to add moddable stuff, which is also something that I've pondered about, since I could add a scripting language like Lua and allow people to mod it even further, but that would like require even more refactoring of the code base to allow that. So I'm sure someday we'll get there. That's the plan, because like my plan even is to allow people to export their dungeons and overworlds as standalone games, like executables.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So like kind of Questmaster engine level, right? Not just like Questmaster the game. That's like a big plan of me, and I kind of already achieved that. Like, it's possible right now. Of course, the tools are like private. I have to figure out like the copywriting stuff, because like the code belongs to Apogee and stuff like that. So we have to make some kind of open source licensing and stuff like that. It's a bit of a headache, but I'm pretty sure it can be really awesome if you can actually do that, especially with mods, right? You can actually literally make Zelda fan games with Questmaster that don't resemble Questmaster at all, right? So kind of replacing any and all of those other Zelda makers out there which exist, because you don't even have to have Questmaster to play them, right? You just have to have the executable of your dungeon.
Yeah.
If the creator wants to do that.
Wow, that's... I always wonder sort of what the because it's not the main focus. Like the thing that I like the most about what you said there is like the fact that you're gonna do it, but it doesn't feel like the game has to be like it's for the purpose of making your own game, because you're gonna add a campaign. It seems fairly active. I'm curious then what sort of, because while we're just talking about modding, I guess you work with the team to see what could be designed as well, right? Like you probably had a bunch of different things to be like, hey, is this easy to do, where, you know, the pixel assets are going to be there for people, the creativity aspects are going to be there as well. So I'm curious, like, how much time now that, you know, you've pretty much put out every modding piece you've said that you want to put out, like how much would that influence future development? Because I don't know much about modding. I don't know how much you have to actually do with code change and things like that. So since you don't want to go too retroactive with it, like I'm guessing, how much weight does modding have on impact for future design plans?
Good question. Very good question. That's a very good question, because like I've always had the philosophy to make like new dungeon parts very flexible and dynamic. But with the modding, that could actually influence it, you're right. Since every new dungeon part we'll add is going to be moddable as well. So having like really niche things, I mean, really niche things don't suit the game anyway, in my opinion, but with the modding, it especially does it even less. Yeah.
But then again, like...
Yeah.
You're like, before, because I was a part of this conversation about the whole, like, ring and ringless thing, that wasn't even something you were necessarily considering until there was a discussion that came out saying, hey, whether people, like the argument that I gave at the time, which I'm not going to take credit that I changed this or anything, but the conversation at the time was whether or not it's suitable to sort of create that environment in the game, and kind of my stance on it was, well, if it's doable, why not, right? It's kind of my randomizer stance as well. It's like, if the people could just flip a switch and go, this is easy to do, then do it, and then it turns out now not only do you have sort of that ringless mode, but you also now have all of a sudden custom rings that people can mod in, so it kind of like led to a new thing. So I think regardless of whether or not people might have those tools or not in the future, with how you do the modding, I think that people will find a way no matter what, right? Right now, people are still trying to figure out, global trigger suggestions and sort of link those and use creative avenues to show that off. So, I guess you just have a really smart player base. He went silent on that note. That's not a good time to go silent on that note. Uh-oh. He's saying yes, you can't hear it right now. Yeah, exactly, Cruz. That was something else that was adding. It kind of evolved, which I think is what makes Questmaster itself stand out from the rest. That the pieces are not just being added to, that they're actually evolving, and they are like it's just adding more diversity, which is kind of the thing that I wanted from a map maker that I'm spending hundreds of hours on. So that's what I really appreciate about the design of Questmaster. Julian seems to have disconnected. That's okay. I'll probably suggest we go into a server, because I know private calls on Discord can cause more computer chug versus actually being in a server, because you don't have to host it. Hello?
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 My bad, I think I dropped out.
Yeah, you
My
did.
Discord hang up on me.
Oh, that's fun.
Okay. Yeah, very. 1 second. The update is ready.
Oh!
Let me just publish it really quick. If it loads, there it is. Yeah, so like you made a good point about the ringless stuff. I was very much on the fence of adding it in the past, right? Because of like, I don't know why, but like the philosophy of like why not really really is with me nowadays. Especially like I added the custom music on I think Saturday, right? And you can now like use any music theme in all the themes, which is nuts. I would have never done this before. And also what we're adding now is to allow mixing themes. So like you can now choose, like you will be able to choose the theme per floor, not just for the whole dungeon.
Before 1.0?
Yeah.
Julian, I needed this a month ago!
It's
Damn it!
It's such a trivial thing, but yeah, it's really nice. It's really
That's
nice.
not trivial! What?
I mean, code-wise,
Okay, yeah, but design-wise, you said so yourself. Music makes or breaks a scene. Now,
Yeah.
I already have to build to the signs. Ooh, I gotta build per floor now. It's okay, I was ready for that.
It's crazy.
Don't worry,
It
just
was just a
my
matter of
dungeons
time,
are
I
just
think.
gonna drop to floor like 55 with all the different places I have to put in.
Right. Alright, let me make an update post.
Or we're gonna do one better than a live trailer reaction, Sleepy. We're just gonna jump into the game and just start pulling out a bunch of things. That's what I usually do. By the way, guys,
Yeah,
if you have a question that you want to ask Julian, I have some channel points to record your question in case I miss it in chat. I don't have the world's fastest moving chat, and a lot of people are probably sleeping right now. But
Yeah.
if you want to ask, then we go over there. Oh, yeah, I should watch the trailer to see what the music changes. I was already building the Pit of 100 Trials. That was in the plans a long time ago. That's too easy. Okay, where am I gonna find this trailer though? Usually the trailer gets posted later on Blue Sky. Oh yeah, you have to update out the post out. Yeah, you think I'm stopping at 100? Nah.
No, that's crazy. I forgot to add the trailer to the fucking post. There we go.
Yeah, if this entire time the reason why they were changing the music is the Rick Astley upload failed, then, you know, well played. This is the greatest prank ever played on a small creator ever in my life. And I'm glad to be a part of it. Cheers, chat. With water.
Okay, we should be good to go.
With the slight hint of vanilla extract. Not the slight hint, I put a... Oh.
Let me do this.
I don't want to look at that. I don't want to look at it. I don't want to look at it. No! Do it!
Why is it not having a fucking preview? It's whatever. YouTube doesn't want to YouTube today. That's fine.
That's okay. We're looking at YouTube right now! Trailer! I think somewhere here. There we go. Good enough. Oh, that's got big Ganon themes in it. Shock element. Oh, you added those fairy bastards, man.
Yeah.
Man.
There's some new stuff coming as well in the next 2 days that we haven't been able to finish regarding this update as well, actually. So there's still plenty of things not released yet.
Were you always able to hookshot the big key? That's not how that worked.
Yeah.
Yeah? Oh, I thought you got pulled to it for some reason. Oh, you're up to 4,500 dungeons. Nice.
Yeah.
Hey, did you know the update's available, Julian? I didn't know that.
I didn't know.
You didn't know? You're not doing your
Wait,
job
what
right.
update? What update?
The Thunderbolt Bastion update. Wait, why don't I have an update in my
what?
game? Why don't I have an update? Oh, that's me, and don't worry about that guy. I can't update my game, Julian.
I think I'm gonna press the verify files
Oh, maybe.
context menu item in the Steam. That should like force a refresh of the cache.
And it's raining? Perfect. Oh, there it goes. Wow. I've never thought to do that. In public artwork? Yeah, go for it, Luke. Yeah, make it look pretty. Let's see your pretty stuff that you have. Okay, Thunderbolt Bastion. First of all,
I think there are some issues.
What's up? No, what's up?
I think there are some issues with the sounds. Since I'm like, I don't know if you noticed, but like there is no longer the Fmod splash screen when you start the game.
Oh! No, I didn't notice that.
Yeah, that's because I removed it. Like we no longer use Fmod. Since the sounds are also moddable now. Oh, this is also new. Yeah, the mod little mod label.
Ah,
Since it
okay.
uses mods. Cool, right? Cool, right?
And
Yeah.
that is helpful because now you know what to avoid and if you don't want to play with mods in your thing.
Yeah.
Not that much to scare people,
Exactly.
But, you know,
Exactly.
it could break things. All
Could
right.
be.
First of all, music test.
Yeah, unfortunately we don't have a chiptune version again since because of the budget. But it is what it is, unfortunately.
Modded in the Sevi Islands is the ducks.
Do you intend to add like the music from the the GBA games in there?
Oh yeah. Who, me?
Because like you could, right? It's very easy.
Oh, I thought I see. I couldn't tell if people were saying that it could actually be a legitimate issue. I don't want to get you in trouble.
No. That's totally fine. That's totally fine. Like,
Oh.
I am not to. I am not the the person that would be infringing copyright. You are.
Oh, so you want me to do it so I can burn for your game?
Yes.
Oh, why would you wish that upon me? I'm a little confused now. Okay, let's see what we have here. So... I don't see any new tiles. We got these here, we still got these here. No new decorations yet, no big deal.
Oh damn! I forgot to update the names and the door masks. Oops.
Door masks? What door masks?
Nah, that's fine. That's fine.
Huh? I'm confused. What do you mean by door masks?
Like, you know how like when you walk through a door, the player is like clipped off to make like the perspective correct.
Uh-huh. Oh.
That's like based on the door sprite, right? So I have to do it per theme, and I forgot to do it because it's like a very annoying task. That's whatever. It doesn't look too bad.
That's whatever. You're not gonna stand in this door and go, man, I can see myself.
Exactly.
Okay, so let's see. So, okay, in your opinion, what's the biggest highlight of Thunderbolt Bastion? Like, what's the biggest new addition that you've put into this that I need to know about?
Honestly, the elementals.
Okay.
The elemental traps. Those are the two new dungeon parts that we have.
Okay.
Yes, there you go. And there will be other new enemies as well coming, and bosses that use electricity in the next few days.
Ooh. Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, jeez. There you go. There you go, chat. Okay, so they don't die unless we, I guess, beat their elemental. That zaps me. Doesn't damage me, though. That's nice. I'm assuming you burn.
But yeah, when you hit them with the sword, you don't get damage, but when you touch them, you do get damage. It's like a... just to balance it out slightly.
Oh, man.
Yeah, pretty funny.
What a
sound. You can't
That's
destroy
so
them right now. Yeah, pretty funny.
That's actually good, because you don't have a ton of enemies that counter sword. So it is nice to have that little variety, because you have the spikadillos, and that's it, I think, right? I have to look again.
Yeah, I mean, if you remember in the ice update, initially, when you hit ice enemies, you also got frozen. I removed that, because it wasn't well received.
Yeah.
But with the electricity, it makes a lot more sense.
Yeah. I mean, you are holding a metal object, though, so you not getting electrified is kind of weird, but I get it.
Yeah.
It's annoying.
Yeah.
These are nice looking signs and everything.
The other thing I really like about this theme is the backdrop, like the clouds with the thunder. If you play some holds down, you'll see the
I
new
noticed
effect. It's really cool.
That's a really nice. Like, I like the sky theme is already beautiful, and I really like how this looks. Like, it's really well done. Yeah,
it's the best ambience for sure. I really love that. Just like the thunder is so cool.
So is there? Rain, I didn't notice. Is there lightning and thunder when there is no ground? Like,
yeah, there is. There is still. You just don't see it.
Do you hear it?
It's
oh no, it's kind of okay. Yeah, that's fair. So let's see what kills these elementals. I'm gonna guess it's a. Let's try just a basic boomerang. That doesn't do it. Nope, that don't do it. Okay, what does okay, you like the elemental synergies because you did the whole like wet freezes you thing. What does electricity do?
Yeah. Right now there is no synergies. I'm not sure. I could add. I have thought about it, but people didn't like it when I went too far with it with the ice, because it was too complex to to keep on top of your head.
Right.
So I'll have to see, honestly. There are ideas for electricity with water, like the water tiles.
Oh, okay.
We'll see. Because it could be cool if you could electrocute like the entire water pool, but yeah.
Is this intended?
Oh, you can block them? I mean, it's not... kind of weird. Not a fan of that. I probably changed that. I didn't catch that.
Now,
I
here's
never
the real
used the
question.
shield, man.
Okay, good. It doesn't work backwards. So as long as I hold it
Yeah.
from the direction I'm getting hit, so I can like back up like this and not get electrocuted because I have iframes, I guess. Interesting. That's no big deal. Good to know for my development. That's
Broke
all.
Oda.
See, gotta test. You gotta. That's what I'm doing. All right. So what actually beats these guys? Is it like ice rod beats? Like what does that do with an ice block now? Does that melt it?
Nothing, yeah.
Okay. Oh, it just goes around.
Not
Okay.
yet, at least.
I'm assuming this goes over holes. Okay, good. There's some things you can do with that.
Yeah.
Bombs won't beat it. What would beat these?
Yeah, nothing really, right?
So, oh, but they are meant as a trap, though, right? You did make them as a trap, so they're not an enemy to beat.
Correct, that's true, yeah. Yeah. Magic powder, oh, that's interesting.
Well, we already have pouch, but that's for holding 2 items. Yeah, we don't have anything about that. Okay, any of the triggers I'm missing here, or what am I looking at here? I got a bunch of pets. What else do we got here? Let's take a look at these things. I knew it was gonna be, if it was lightning, I'm like, they better be Tesla coils or something. That's pretty cool. We've got... what does the bridge look like on this? Oh, I have to do some...
Oh, one thing also, very important, the minecart tracks have changed the visuals,
Change visuals?
if you noticed in the trailer.
I saw
Yes,
something
they look-
changed. Oh, that looks nice.
They look like rails now, actually, which is very good.
Oh! Oh, yeah, that is better. Oh. It... Man. Man. It does look better, but you've killed the entire aesthetic of my other map. I was using them to look like wires on the ground. Oh.
No worries, I
I'm
will.
glad it looks better.
I just forgot. I just forgot to make the change versioned, so it will be versioned, and then everything should be fine. But yeah, I just wanted to point it out that we changed them, because like there was like a big feature request. Like people generally really disliked the monorails for the minecarts, so Thomas made the decision to redo them, and it looks finally actually good.
No, it does actually look really good. I like it.
Yeah.
All of these are the same here. Moving platforms. What does this look like? Oh, yeah, okay. It's just a giant, angry cloud. I like that.
Yeah, like a cloud, right?
Yeah. Okay. Oh, what is it? Why does this water look... Oh, it looks darker. Oh, I like how, because it's just supposed to be darker overall, that everything was just sort of...
Yeah.
Shaded darker. It makes sense, right? It actually makes sense.
Yeah.
So, why is this? I think you have an audio problem here. Why is that so loud? It's not supposed to be that loud.
I think the sound balancing is off right now because of Fmod removal. I think the volume doesn't translate over exactly, so I still have to master it a bit.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Wait. Oh, tread plate. Right, this isn't the rug. Where is the rug here? Oh.
Yeah, the names are not updated. Yeah, I have to got it.
Oh. So what's this? Oh, you still have the sea.
Yeah, it looks pretty good.
Yeah, this is very beautiful art. This is water? Hot coals. Oh! Hot coals? Oh, that's supposed to be like
puddle
the steppable stuff. So what is this? Is just, I guess, puddle?
Yeah, it's puddle. It's
Oh,
just
okay.
the name is missing.
Interesting. Yeah. Okay. Neat. Okay. What does the fencing look like? That's a very nice fence. Actually, looks a little higher than the other ones. So, but I mean, people are gonna know that's the fencing. Versus, what does the pipe look like here? Ooh, is that like dead plants on a Oh, is that wall? That's wall, right? I think?
Yeah, it's like a kind of like a kind of shrubby.
Yeah, I was trying to think what they're called, the box shrub things. We got some brown mushroom dead tulips here. You got the flags. You've got... Oh, that's a cool looking shield. Alright. Trying to remember, this is usually a chain? Yeah. Oh, this is the decorative shield. Oh, I see. So what is this then? What am I missing on this? Yeah, it is a rose, you're right. Good call, Noble. And the window... Surprisingly, it looks very strange because it looks really bright outside. Not a bad thing, it just looks... Like, oh, that's very white compared to everything else. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's a kind of weird. Maybe it should be green. That's a good point.
Like this, yeah, like this color green. So, but it might be difficult to see on the ground too.
Yeah.
Unless like that outline had more of a... Maybe the outline just needs more of a green tinge rather than anything else. Like just darkening and then putting the green to... I don't know how... Yeah. I mean, the lightning effect would be the next step, obviously, but I'm not putting more work than needs to be. Just taking a look at how these look. Overall, this is a very cool... Oh, I can think of so many places. Oh, wait, no, I can't. But Sky Pillar in Gen 3 in 2 years is going to look really good. So you said now per floor... That's in here now?
Not yet.
Not yet. Coming.
Not yet. No, not yet. Coming, yeah, probably tomorrow or the day after tomorrow. I'll probably have one update for the next like 2 days, like on each day.
Right.
Because there's lots of content that's still coming. So it's like a kind of like a weekend update weekend kind of.
And then okay, so now you said the music is per floor then, or is that coming too? Because you said you wanted to do it.
The what?
The music on each floor.
Oh, right, yeah. That's the jukebox. That will also come. That the art is done. Which will allow you to have the music completely configurable, even in a room and with conditions.
Oh.
I also want to have some kind of like music floor setting. We just have to have a new menu for that, because like there's no menu right now that configures the floor, right?
Right.
Because I also want to have like a name for each floor, so like you can like label your floors. That will also be shown when you enter it, which could be really interesting.
That'd be interesting.
So, yeah.
Can't wait for people in my dungeons to warp to floor 47 just so they could go to the 7th gym. Look, there's a lot of places to enter, okay? They all have to look really, really, really like you just gotta teleport yourself halfway up the atmosphere. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
No new swords yet, because I know you said there will be. What is lighting?
Oh boy, I guess this will be a long night for me.
Yeah, Rocket Hideout Basement Floor 3 is suddenly gonna be on floor B19. Oh yeah, where are the lights here? Ooh, I like that. The nice little lightning bolt. Oh yeah. What do I would like to know what my light up button is on keyboard. I got this. I'll figure it out. Good thing I don't test these things. I don't know what the button is, but it looks cool in the dark. This place looks nice in the dark. What else have we got here? Nah, I tried E. Yeah, that looks very cool. That might actually be almost the default of the lighting that I would want in this dungeon. Looks very nice.
Nice.
Was this Thomas again? Thomas and Co?
Yes. The good old Thomas.
Finding all the ways to break this. Have I missed anything?
No, I think that's it.
Okay. But still, like, it's a new theme, and like you said, in a couple of days we're getting more things coming for it, so...
Yeah, so I can spoil something. You will be able to make all enemies and all bosses electrical.
Okay, hold on. You're going to make... What does that actually mean, though?
So... You know how we have enemy variants, like the fire bat and like the ice bat?
Fire... Yeah.
That's very tedious, right? Because we have to have like a unique variant with its own art for each enemy, technically, which is just ridiculous. We can't do that because we don't have the budget, right? And also, it's just not economic to do it, also not efficient. So, how it's gonna work is that you will be able to add a buff to an enemy, like the frozen status, to all the enemies and bosses, but it will be the electric status. And this will change the visuals of the enemy and boss, add some particles, and make it so it works like an electric enemy, right? So, this will also translate over to other status effects like metal. Like, you will be able to make all the enemies and bosses metal. Yeah, and I won't spoil more.
Oh, not Metal Golmek! No, don't do it to people! Oh, he's getting Big Brother Metal Golmek. So, okay, so now, when you give them the electric effect, it's not going to be like the electric trap where you can't hurt them. It's just if they hit you, they zap you.
It's gonna be a bit different. So when the enemy is electric, it works like the electric choo-choos, or like the electric flying things Link to the Past, where they have like the electricity for like a few seconds. And it turns off again. So it's like a sine wave, like it's periodic.
Yes.
So you have to like time your attacks to attack it, or just use like some ranged weapon or like some throwable, right? Like a rock. Exactly.
Will stun disable that timer? I'm assuming it would. Like boomerang
what's
stun.
that?
Boomerang stun. Would that disable the timer, or can they still go electric while they're stunned?
Yes, it will yeah. So if the enemy is stunned, it will be always hittable, exactly, just like in Zelda.
Okay. So will it turn off the electric effect if they're stunned?
Yes.
Okay. Hammer stun, I would assume as well,
That's
Or probably just kill them.
Yep, exactly.
Electric Spikadillo is the first thing I thought of. Time to make a Sonic level. Just a bunch of Spikadillos running down at you.
Yeah.
That's interesting. So, okay, so because I like how every status effect has a different thing to it. So the burn makes you run faster. You have to roll to put it out, which I really enjoy. The wet going into frozen, like getting hit twice when you're wet or once when wet against a frozen enemy. Curse disables your weapons. So what does electric actually add to the pool of status? Because to me, it just looks like you kind of lose time because you're stunned and you can't get double tapped or anything like that. So is this meant to be more for like moving pieces? Like electric is more to affect those parkour courses or like sort of staunch people in sort of a race environment? What's your idea behind the electric status?
It's a good question. I think what makes the status unique is the fact that if you are stunned or like shocked in the air, you actually don't fall. It's like kind of like in those cartoons.
Okay. Interesting.
So you could make use of that in some platforming course or something, some puzzle, but yeah. And with the also what's unique is that you can't hit them with your sword, right? Because you get zapped when you contact them, and then also like the periodic on-off thing will also be unique. So it's not it's technically the same as Frozen in a sense, but you can't get unshocked, right? You like if you get hit with fire while you're frozen, you get a thought, right? Which you don't when you're shocked. So,
right.
Just
Where are the tornadoes? Okay. Now I want to test something.
Yeah, I think when you set them to X, they still move. I think that's bugged right now. I think it doesn't work.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, I think it was just an accident. I didn't implement that, but I will do that in a fix patch.
Okay, so now... Okay, so you do lose the momentum, you don't keep it, so you can't just do, like, stop midair and then carry that momentum through.
Yeah, that's true. But you could like use your like hook shot, grapple shot. My bad, in the air.
That's true. Yeah, I'm trying to think of like the other implication. That's interesting because you have so much control. Because that's one thing about this game that has always been kind of like difficult to make puzzles around. Is you just have so much control when you're midair. Not a complaint, obviously, because you can do like these circles and everything. So I was trying to think like if there's a way to make them zap so that they're facing one way and then they can turn the other way and pull themselves. But you could already do that, which is fascinating. I'm trying to think what applications can this have, chat? What can we do with that? Stall unless it still gives you a bit of a jump, so it doesn't raise you or doesn't reset your height. I wonder if with the glider. Oh, what's my screw? I'm putting it on my controller. I'm wondering with the glider.
True, that works as well. Yeah.
So if I'm gliding and I touch this thing. Just kidding. Nope. Come here. Come here. I'm too high for it? I didn't know that was a thing. Wait, what? I am... Huh? Hold on. I went too high for it, apparently. That could... Okay, yeah. Alright. That's interesting. Stall yourself to do that. Alright, and then if I touch this... What does this look like? Okay, you can't recover the glider after the fact. Yeah, I can see that being interesting. With like even making casual parkour with the glider and the tornadoes, because then at least you can give people some opportunity to kind of like pivot and just land where you need to be.
Yeah.
That check. Oh, there's my controller having super drift. It actually has more drift than the controller Steam fix. Like Steam controller input fix. I can't actually outdrift maximum sensitivity. It is truly broken.
Oh wait, you're cutting off again. Oh, let me reset this code again. That's crazy.
Yes, when I've been building my Sevi Islands map, this is what I'm doing every single time. This is exactly what I'm doing I am dedicated to this game. Oops, I pushed the wrong button.
Man, it's still fucking... That's... Okay,
Still
let me
cutting?
close the stream.
Yeah, you can hook while you get zapped. Yeah, it still stalls you.
Okay, I think it should be fine now. I have to use internet through my hotspot right now because my regular connection broke. Well, it's terrible as shit.
Okay, so we can't do that anyway, so I'm gonna walk you towards me. This lovely non-stop having to unplug and replug my controller. Not Questmaster's fault, it's my fault. Not my fault, I didn't do anything wrong, but... Okay. Yeah, figures as much. Yeah, so you can still do your stall midair type of thing. Now, now here's the real question, though.
What's that?
So I can avoid being... Oh, no, that thing's on the ground. Hold on, that's not a correct check. Stop that. If I put this midair... I'm just trying to learn... There's a lot of... I recognize a couple of people like Madeline where they do a lot of troll hacks. So I'm just trying to encourage creativity with ways to work with the mechanics of the game. So if I do... Right. Okay, yeah. That makes sense. Please come back here. Yeah, it can knock you out of the glider. Nope, I'm not good enough at this game to do this.
Like, give me 10 minutes. I'm trying to fix my connection. I will be right back.
No worries. I think you can. I think if I... No, actually, no. You know what? I have to face the other way. Here, we'll do it from here. So if I go here... No, it cuts you off. Okay, because I actually haven't played a lot with grappling hook. Because my maps haven't needed grappling hook yet. Gen 2, I think, will have grappling hook in it. For those who don't know, I build a lot of, I'm doing a lot of Pokemon recreation maps. Also, the audio is broken, my apologies. I'm just gonna turn that off for now. But, I'm doing, all the Pokemon games, so the idea is to build Gen 1 through whatever Gen it ends up because I love this game. So we're doing Sevi Islands right now, and then Johto will be after 1.0 is released, and it will be built for charity this year. So if anyone's interested in racing that, oh my god, it still has sound? Oh, is it tied to master volume? Might be tied to master volume, he said. Yeah. Darn. Okay, well, either way. Interesting. That's cool though. It's a very straightforward update and has a lot of potential. What does lighting look like here? That's the best it's probably gonna get. What does this look like over here, right? Yeah, that works. If you were to show something shining through. Issue with ice in this theme? Or using ice. I don't know what you could do with that. What else do we need to test, chat? What else are we looking at? I'll ask your questions when he comes back. Yeah, I'm trying to think if there's a way to do it, like maybe... Because these cannot be triggers. They could just become triggered. And we can't make them well, we can make them disappear. So, like, it would have to be sort of a timing thing where you zap yourself. But I don't think it's significant enough. But then again, my mind doesn't do trolls and not on purpose. Anyways, I don't do troll missions on purpose. This is nice though. Are there places in my maps I can use this? Does this block? Oh! I need to see this. Do you block? There's actually a crossover I'm doing in my... Sorry, I can't help it. Yes, there's a tool for this. I don't care. Is there a... Oh, wait. There's a crossover in my Fire Red map. I need to see how you interact. I'm assuming it's not going to do anything. Let's just get these puppies rolling. I need to figure out what you do to this. What am I doing here? Okay, show me. It respects those because they're solid. So theoretically, what does this do with something like this? Oh, it doesn't. Oh, it doesn't respect. It just respects this. I was hoping it would respect. I know that would be way too difficult. Better to know though. That is interesting that these can rolling spike traps can actually redirect them depending on how they hit. Your name is not sexual biologist. You're not allowed to be a bot in my chat. Sorry. That's the only bot that's allowed in my chat is sexual biologist. Okay, let's see how this goes. I don't. Oh my. Uh-oh. Oh yeah, that's supposed to happen either way. Does it do the same thing to this? It does. Okay. What do you do to these guys? Nope, the problem is that this bar is in the way. Goes through them, noted. Trap doors. Actually, it doesn't matter about floor. We'll leave that there. What do you do to bombs? Explodes bombs. Okay. So, follow me. Yeah, this could be new timers. Because you could just make this into a trigger. That's because that's something, this is actually really easy to follow because now you don't need to make like a bunch of, because you can actually make something that can go around corners and follow you through a bunch of parkour. That's a good call, Sluggy. You can't change the speed on these, unfortunately. I hope eventually one can. But, oh, sorry. Oh, I have to call Julian when he comes back. No big deal. But yeah, now these can actually follow a little parkour course, so you can follow it as you're going through a dungeon. That's actually smart. That will help me in a few ways in the Johto map, I think. I can do the running shoes course a little bit better. Make it like the dog. You just have to follow the dog. You know what you can also do with this? Around invisible objects, this can reveal, like, hidden walking sections. So you could do one-shot maps. Are they a source of light? Good question. That's actually a very good question. Let's see. I didn't make a single big enough wall. No, they are not. But then again, the fairies weren't either? I don't remember. Can I... I'm assuming you just go around boxes. Oh, yeah, this is gonna be cool. So, like... oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. The fairies produce a light? I'm thinking a Link to the Past fairies where you could just see them through the dark, but they didn't produce a light. Like, the actual ones that were called anti-fairies. My bad, sorry. I'm talking about legitimately anti-fairies. I don't know why they're called anti-fairies. Probably something. I'm guessing these just bounce on those. They go around. This could... Okay, here's an idea you could do, right? Break these at the right time to guide the trap through. That could be really cool. Like, you have to smash it with a hammer or bomb it at the right time to make them go onto a different wall. So a little bit of like a pachinko sort of thing you have to guide along. Same thing with ice blocks, because it looks like it respects ice blocks. So... oh, I gotta figure out how I can... No, it goes through it. Fair enough. Okay. So while it's active, it's no longer a solid block. That is fair. That's perfectly fine. Yeah, so we'll respect it until it's completely melted. Good to know. What if you make it disappear? Good question. You guys are asking very good questions. When not... No, nope. I want to go... Oh, I can't do that. Let's go... Can I make you disappear? How do I make these I can't make these disappear. I'll do it with a chest. Just confirm they wrap around chests. Yes. Oh, I see what you're saying. I could roll into it. That's too smart, though. I want to see what happens when I thought you meant when I completely despawned them. So let's see. So when... I want to set this as when no square shape is true. And then I do this. Where's the switch? I'm good at this game. I've spent 400 hours in this game. I still don't know where the goddamn switch is. There it is. And you are... There. Okay, let's see. Yeah. Oh, the other chest is for multiplayers. It's for multiplayer maps. You can give the same item to everybody. So you can put hearts in there. Everybody gets a fire rod instead of you having to put down 3 fire rods. Okay, so it respects that. Yeah, it is nice. What about just items on the ground? Doesn't respect those. Fair enough. It'll probably respect these, about these two. Yep, respect those as well. This is interesting. There's a lot of things I think you can... I kind of want to play like a guide the traps. Like you could guide the elementals into different things. Do these light braziers? Oh, I didn't think about that. Well, that's lit. No, it does not. Damn. I was kind of hoping it could. I'm guessing they don't touch these. Yeah, didn't think so. I'm guessing they just go around these. Yep. Okay. Around this too. I still haven't used these water mechanics. I don't know what to do with these water mechanics. It's too beyond my brain at the moment. I'm assuming you just ride these guys. Oh no, you're being surrounded by elementals. Doesn't activate them. That's good to know. What else? That is true, yeah. They don't care about the crack floor. What does the crack floor look like on this? Oh, it looks really cool with the things down there. Do they respect bushes? Excellent question. They do. Yeah, so there's a lot of things you could do to break and like to redirect them. That's neat. That's very. I kind of wanna figure out this more, the rolling pin more. That's so interesting. And it can just drop it off elsewhere. It's gonna pick it back up, right? What a weird thing to do. That's such a strange interaction. I like it. It's messy, but I kind of like the implications of it. As long as it doesn't get in its way, right? It's when it gets in its way that it makes things messy. I don't know how we did. I guess because we started so slow that it just kind of stopped its original path. And then it could pick it up like this, right? If it's spinning at the right time to get onto it. That's kind of neat. I feel like that could make for some very interesting boss fights. Like if you could produce ice blocks to make your path so you could go forward, and then you just end up dropping these guys off elsewhere, and it could make fights awkward if they find a way to connect back on. I don't know. There's something in my brain that gets tickled with that. They're layered like a floor. So what is the implication of that then? What would I? Yeah, well they don't hit triggers though. Hello.
All right, now we should be good.
We should be good now.
Yeah.
We're just super exploring everything at the moment.
Oh yeah?
Oh yeah.
Well, let me get on to bug fixing then. What? Oh no, I forgot.
They're layered under most entities. Oh! Ooh. So does that mean... Oh, you can make this just look like spirits leaving. Ooh. You can make these appear and make them look like a spooky ghost is coming out.
Oh yeah, there was just a feature request to allow them to have them be lit. That should be good. Like, have a small light radius.
Yes! Yeah. Spawns from
That makes
Tombstone?
sense.
That makes more sense. Actually, that's a really good idea to make these. Huh. I'm waking the dead! No, I'm not. Huh? When pushed. When not pushed? Oh, because it's infinite. Right, I gotta make it 1.
Yeah.
Ooh, spooky. Alright, there's your new Halloween town idea. What does this actually look like? Oh, it's like a cracked slab. I love that.
Ooh. I didn't even see that. Looks
Yeah,
cool.
it's a nice one. Electric on everything. So they'll maintain their... So Fire Slumber Wings, for example, they'll be on fire and they'll have the electric property.
Yeah, so this is what the refactor that's happening. So there won't be a fire slumber wing anymore. There will be a fire status that you can add to all enemies and bosses. Right?
Oh! Oh!
So, yeah.
Wait, does that mean we can make a cursed variant too then?
Yes.
So you're okay, so now the real question. Is gold a status?
Yes.
Oh my god!
So golden bosses are confirmed.
Golden bosses! Is it so it's the same property, they're all gonna be moving faster, or are there gonna be like different things for it? Like just more health, more stuff, or
Just the same, like more health, more speed, like just the visuals, the shine.
Huh. Okay, so that's actually a good question then. So if you're gonna be making all of this into status, because like the fire bat, like I like the curse bat look and the Icewing look. Are we gonna lose those skins in favor just to get status?
Yes.
Oh, we are. Okay.
Just because like I don't want to favor any enemies, and we can't give each enemy like one skin for each status. That's way too many, right? So I'm changing that in favor of the tinting and like the colors, and then like the particle effects on top of that.
But I'm guessing eventually when you have modding for monsters or hazards, I guess people could easily put, or you could even like put it up as a mod, and people could just download the skin to like maintain those looks, right?
Yes, sure, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's pretty cool. So how does that work with the snake then? Because you got Slink and then you got Slither. Is Slither a variant,
those
or?
Yeah, that's different since Slither is just not a status change, so that still stays as is.
Okay.
But like the golden crabs, that will be removed. The ice goosling, like all the all the variants that have just an elemental change, they are going to be removed. Of course, versioned, like it won't break all dungeons, but it will no longer be usable. With the skins, I mean, it's cool, but I'll have to think about it. Maybe I can kind of get it into the game where it's easy to maintain, but it's not the easiest to maintain with different skins, honestly.
I was gonna say, like, if you can't do it for all of them, it kind of feels bad where you just start giving status, and it's like, hey, here's a crab that's on fire. Here's the fire one, though, that's melting, right? Like, I get that.
Yeah, it's a tough decision, but I am in favor of just having more enemy variation, right, with the status changes, as opposed to having just a few more, like just a few variants, but like have them be visually different. I think it's very easy to see why the former is better.
Mm-hmm. Well, and I mean, like I said before, probably just like a mod, right? You just put the mod in, you're good. Yeah. You just get this. Because if anything, the mod might be. If the effect, I'm assuming the effect's gonna remain like this, like it's gonna look like the cursed effect, because every enemy that has that effect looks the same with that effect. So if the skin ends up as a mod, it's gonna look the same again. So because it'd be cool to have like I mean, honestly, if you really think about it, chat, you could have Sad Goosling as a skin and as a mod, but then give it the ice effect. So now it's a Sad Icy. It's a Sad Canadian slime. Like it at least opens up to that, right?
Yeah, I mean, maybe I can just add the sad ones as variants. Like, maybe the sad slime could be jumping away from the player as opposed to the player. Mm-hmm. And maybe the skull bat could be more, have more health or more attack damage or whatever. Yeah.
What is it?
I have to think about it. I'm not fully sure yet.
What's a golden minute gonna be then? Who's that person that made that trap trigger to see how many shots it took to kill a Mimic with arrows? I need someone to do that for a golden Mimic now. I'm assuming it would take double the amount of time, but I want that timed.
Yeah, it should be Asgard, I think. I think he did that.
Okay. Don't worry, chat. We'll figure it out. It'll all be figured out. I mean, to be honest, it's up to the, like, you know, I do like the art, but I also get, for the sake of simplicity, I'd rather have more mechanics than the art, and then have this as skins. I get it screws the Switch people, but I mean, Nintendo was screwing you first anyways. So, you know.
Yeah, Sluggy, I can. I have to think about it. It's just annoying to maintain that, but of course it would be great to have the skin change, but then people will ask for having all enemies have those skins.
Yeah.
Right, so it's just...
But then again, I mean...
a complex thing.
Isn't that just up to the community moderators being like, stop asking for a lands that's cursed looking, and he just ends up being a zombie with a sword? You know, I don't know.
Yeah. I guess.
Okay, so you said there's going to be variants of all the status variants and all the enemies and the clones and the bosses. What about traps? So like I know arrows can shoot different projectiles, but like, will there be fiery spikes or fiery rolling pins? Is that a consideration? Because you could freeze them. Okay.
It is a consideration. It just won't look good. That's the problem.
Fair.
For the enemies, it still looks acceptable and pretty good, but for the traps, I've tried it.
Mm-hmm.
It just doesn't look satisfactory for my quality standard. But like, I'd rather have, like, for the floor spikes, I'd rather have like a flaming floor spike that just shoots out fire, right?
Right.
Like an actual fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like an actual visual variant, as opposed to just a status. But we'll see.
We kind of already have that too.
Yeah, right.
As a blockade. Interesting. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Does that mean then potentially... Then again, these bars... I mean, the metal bar does work different from spectral and fire. Lightning bar eventually? Ice lightning bar? No, I'm not suggesting, but I'm thinking like...
No, you're right. We should
Wind
add it.
bar?
Yeah.
Like just spins around and randomly launches people?
Yeah, probably.
Like
honestly,
a jump rope.
I think...
That'd be cool.
Yeah, I think we should have that.
Because the theme that I'm seeing from development, this is me guessing. Again, I'm not trying to goad any things, but I'm thinking like, okay, the metal's there, and we now know metal enemies are eventually coming. There was hints at electricity. There were hints at fire, like with spectral, where we got all the spectral stuff at once. So I'm just like, I'm trying to think of different things in here, because Noble actually wanted to ask, like, honey, is that going to be developed upon? Because you have a mechanic now that stops people from gaining height. So are there going to be other mechanics that stop people from hopping at certain points? Like, is there going to be like a ceiling type of thing, or is it going to be sort of a theme type of like? I know you were a couple of, I think it was last interview, you were teasing that something you really wanted to make work. Again, I'm going to completely leave it up to you, and I don't want you to lose your job. But with metal, you were saying magnets. You were also saying electricity. And you were saying electricity while you were talking about mirrors. So we know mirrors eventually are going to show up. And now we know electricity is going to become a more integral part. So I'm guessing there could eventually be electrical triggers of some kind. But we already kind of have that as just triggers. Or maybe we have like currents or something eventually happening. So with current mechanics that you have right now, you have mud and you have honey. And you have ice. So we're thinking, are they going to be developed upon more? Or do these just have that unique interaction for the purposes of making items have a function beyond just whatever they do now?
Realistically, it will probably stay as is, pretty much. Ideally, of course, it will be expanded, but that all depends on the budget and like how well Questmaster does.
Right.
Like, especially the magnetism stuff is something I'd love to expand upon. But
you seem very passionate about magnets.
Yeah,
like really
definitely
passionate.
won't happen. Definitely won't happen before 1.0. That's for sure.
So how much do we have to sell this game so that you can build magnets into the game?
I think if you look at the rate, like the review rate, I think once we pass 1,000 reviews, we're good.
1,000 reviews.
What
are you at now?
Like 258, I think.
That's pretty good, actually.
Yeah, it's really good. Yeah, especially for early access. That's great.
Okay. So, chat, this is what you need to do. This is what we need to do. Okay? I'm not saying this already, but follow me because I'm already making Questmaster. Follow every creator that you can tolerate who plays Questmaster on Twitch, alright? That's step 1. Step 2, if you have the game, go write a review like, Julian has really nice hair. You could do something as simple as that, or you can write a 4-page dissertation on how the game literally changed your life and saved your mother from the brink of death. You could do whatever you want there. Then
Hell
what you
yeah.
need to do is you need to come together as a community. All of us need to come together as a community, set up one enormous event. We get some really big creator's name in here. I don't know. Let's get Andy. We get Andy, and then we bring everybody together, and we just have Questmaster be like a Questmaster-a-thon. And we just do like a 72-hour marathon of nothing but Questmaster maps. And then people can keep building them and adding them into the pool in real time. And then that's when we start putting this on national television. Yes, we could
Hell
get
yeah.
Mr. Markipliers to be looking at this. I could put on a mustache and say I'm Mr. Markipliers. Actually, a beard as well, to make it believable. Actually, I've already grown it. By the way, for those who are curious, remember when I said it only takes a day? Yeah, that's my beard hair after a day. This was this grew in over 24 hours. This was prickly. Stream ended. This is why I hate my beard. I have to shave every day if I don't want any hair on my face. That's why my look changes every 5 days. Because just
Yeah, I
don't
feel that.
care to shave. Question from chat. Will there be status combos? Can you make an enemy have multiple statuses?
The problem with that is just visibility. Like, it's hard to convey that to the user, like to the player, that it's like both burning and frozen. And of course, that also doesn't make sense, right? So I have to think about it. Probably not.
Fair enough, and that does make sense. Because I'm assuming, like, if you did allow it, it would be like a rainbow slime of sorts, where it just has everything on it. And some of them don't even work well because doesn't fire instantly thaw you?
Yeah.
Yeah, so like you would get frozen, then thawed, then electrocuted while cursed.
Exactly.
Electro cursed. Yes.
It's just so weird, yeah. I guess what would
Metallic
work
somehow.
is... yeah, right? Like, what would work is, like, you will be able to stack electric and metal, I would imagine. Probably,
yeah.
maybe not.
Yeah.
But you probably also will be able to stack frozen and, like, any of the, like, statuses like electric. Because, like, then you will be able to thaw them, and then it's still, like, electric enemy, right? That makes sense?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I have to see what works and what doesn't. Just a balancing game.
Please tell me the magnet, getting metallic on you or something like that gives you a debuff where if there's any electricity around you, it just sucks you to it. Like anything electric or like there's just like magnet enemies that just stick their head down and just pull you towards them if you have the metal status.
That'd be really cool, yeah. That'd be really cool.
It'd be so
Not gonna lie.
That would be a troll level's dream. Just having a bunch of hidden, invisible metal whiz orbs bolting around, just sucking you in all different directions. As long as you tell them it's Questmaster and nothing else.
Yep.
Here, I'll guilt everybody to know that this sad goozer had a family. There you go. Sorry. Can you steal statuses? Oh, I don't. That would be interesting.
Stealing them?
Like if there was an item that potentially translated a status onto you. There's not a lot of. Every status acts as a debuff, so I don't know if there would ever be a time. Like, I would want to be wet or on fire to improve?
I mean, technically, wet is a buff since it prevents you
true.
from burning.
Yeah.
But it's such a small thing, right? Yeah, good question.
Yeah, because I remember when you talked about statuses, you really didn't want to make statuses the biggest deal. You just wanted to make them unique enough to add just that dungeon element, right?
Exactly.
Because then at that point, like, I think the custom rings... I'm talking like I'm developing this game. Sorry, I'm an ambassador now. But yeah, like... I think the modding element will just fix things like that, Madeline, where... You could just give rings that give those effects at times, or it drops a ring to give you that effect, and you can have something that removes a ring, or some kind of, like, you know, there'll be... I'm sure there'll be ways to sort of mimic that.
Mm-hmm.
Steals your gold status? There's just a ring for that. The Iron Boots puzzles, yeah, that's what I was thinking. Twilight Princess with the Iron Boots puzzles, exactly. Or just getting screwed over by a magnet enemy going, nope! You know, like reverse grappling. Other questions. Other questions. Other things to consider. What else? What else? This was, I gotta be honest with you. I thought I had more. But then it was a theme, and I was like, oh, there's gonna be so many new mechanics, but now the enemies aren't here, so, like, there's no other consideration with that until this. So another interview on something? I'm kidding. But...
No, I'm happy to do that. Like,
are the
I
enemies
can work and
worth,
talk at the
like,
same time.
are the enemies, like, worth a look at for an interview to, like, show them off?
I think so, because it will also release, like,
Boss.
we'll have the floor, the multiple floor themes, like the floor theme change, and we'll have the jukebox. So it's arguably
all of that's coming too. Oh wow!
Like, mechanically, it's maybe a bit bigger even than this update. So
you busy Sunday?
Yeah, I'm not.
And this releases on Sunday?
It might release tomorrow. I have to see. So...
Are you busy tomorrow?
I don't think so. I just broke up, so it's I have a clear schedule again.
Sad Goozer is there with you, man. I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, the sad Goozer is with me.
Oh, this is Julian now. Come on.
No, that's all right. That's all right.
Because you know how you know the Twitch business works, right? You got to be on top of things, and you know I know there's a number of creators that do content around Questmaster and show all these cool things off. My contribution is I make Pokemon maps. That's what I do. Freeze Immunity I think already exists as custom rings. Noble, you'd have to go to the workshop for that.
Yeah.
But
Shock Immunity. I mean, Shock Immunity. It's called Shock Resistance. It's already in the game. There's just no ring yet, so we will be adding the ring, but it already works for rings, like modded rings. Like, just go for it. It's called Shock Resistance, just like Fire Resistance. Should work. I think.
Man, metal resistance is gonna sit differently when people are sitting there going like, but I have metal in me. My hip no longer works.
Well, you can. Well, if you set resistance to 1, you're immune. Like, a resistance is just a linear value of 1 to 0, of 0 to 1, and the higher it is, the more you are resistant. If it's 1 or larger, you are fully immune. That's just how it works. Noble Houndoom.
I can vouch for Noble. We're on a Pokemon channel right now, so when we hear resistance, we go, so there's still a chance that we can die.
Oh,
so we don't,
I got
we
you.
don't,
Yeah,
we
I
don't.
gotcha.
It's a reflex.
I gotcha.
It's a reflex,
Yeah.
right? We have
totally
to hear immunity to understand to make that connection. That's not literal Houndoom's fault. I understand where he's coming from.
I get it.
It's what they've done to us. It's what they've done to us. Yeah, these are really nice. I love these decorations and everything like that.
Yeah.
How does this water run here? Oh, that's pretty cool. A lot of flower. Was there inspiration for, like, do you look at something in particular in real life to decide how you want to add these decorations to the themes? Or, like, when Thomas is designing, like, when you went with the sky theme, why flower? Like, obviously clouds, but why the flowers in particular? Like, is there something that you look towards when you make those decisions?
Good question. I think they just take a bunch of references they find online and just see what works, right? Like, they have a specific color palette in mind and then just see if the colors work, and apparently they did. So,
like, are these like sky lilies? Are they called like sky lilies or something, or just kind of references they like?
Well, I actually give each of the specific flowers, the third one, a custom name for all the themes. So if you go through the themes, you actually see, except this one, of course. I forgot.
I actually never noticed that. Let me see. So this is the brown mushroom.
Although, this is called the Stormwind Iris. That's what it's called.
Oh, wow. You know what? To be honest with you, I've been stuck on that other map for so long, I have not actually looked at all of these since they've been added. Because whether or not you believe this, chat, I actually have a life. It's weird. Desert gold? Okay. Oh, yeah, okay. So what are these called? These are called... So you said they're called...
Yeah, that's the Gay Lily, and the one in the Thunder theme is called the Stormwind Iris.
Oh, that's beautiful. I like that.
Yeah, I looked at Minecraft, and they actually also give like each of their flowers a custom name. So I figured, hey, why not?
Based on
Why not
real
this one?
species or just their own thing? Vibrant orchid, I like that.
Mixed. It's mixed. What I usually do is like I check online to see like what species of flowers exist, and then I just mix and match some words. That sounds good. And yeah, I think the eyeball flower is called a what's it called in the Brambles theme?
Oh, I actually haven't looked.
Something with.
Let me see.
Watcher.
Oh god, it's an eyeball. Why? Why is it like this? The gaze blossom. That's a great name.
Yeah, gaze
actually.
blossom.
That's actually a
Yeah,
really
right?
cool name.
Sounds really good.
Yeah, really good. The problem is building really big maps. I haven't played with the other things, but being able to change themes per floor will change that entirely, because luckily for us, Pokemon uses Japan, and Japan apparently has every biome in its universe, so... and then we're gonna have America, and it's just gonna look... No, I'm kidding. But, yeah, that's neat. I like that. Oh, you got... Yeah, so you got the moon here in the Moonlight Brambles. Maybe the lighting for Thunderbolt could just be, like, a little flash there or something like that. Something just simple.
Yeah, I totally agree. It doesn't look good. I totally...
Oh, it's not that it doesn't look good. I'm not gonna bash the work of the artist. Obviously, it still looks like it's a clean frame and everything. But to match it, I feel like something similar to what you did in the Moonlight one could probably be okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's fair to criticize sometimes.
Oh, okay, fine. I don't like it. Is that what you wanted me to say? You wanted me a clip to say
Yes.
that? You just wanted me to lose my ambassadorhood already? Man, I've got my name in like I've got my name in like 2 credits in my 10 years of streaming. Just let me have this one. Actually, what does this look like? See, that looks okay. That looks really cool. Actually, over a pit. I like that lighting over the pit though. Yeah, so like if this goes dark or something like that. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Oh yeah. What does this look like when put together? Nice. I like that. I get, okay, so I know some people think about this, and I think about this too, and obviously no rush. Decorations. Aesthetic. Because you have a lot of the custom stuff. Modded decorations are not in, right?
Not yet. People use the pets for that.
Yeah.
But like there will be specific mod like decoration objects like wall decorations and floor decorations. Also like sizes that you can customize. It's just better than the fucking pets, yeah.
Right,
but
yeah,
it's a workaround, I guess.
So then, in terms of base assets, is that something we're going to expect after 1.0 only? Because I know it could be a lot of work, and it's very minuscule, so there's a lot more to work on.
I think Thomas still wants to add a lot more decoration objects. It's just because we have all the themes, and it's always themed in all themes.
Yes.
It's quite a bit of work. Like, it's more than you would think. Mm-hmm. But I know Thomas wants to add more, yeah.
Okay.
And I already know some of them that we're gonna add. But it's not a huge priority. But it's probably gonna be mixed into some of the updates that will come. So no worries about that.
Okay. Yeah, I was just curious if there's like because based on your roadmap, let me pull that roadmap up here really quickly. So the secret update we got, and then spring 2025. Obviously, that's gonna be my final question. That's going to be bringing out a bunch of things that you said, progression, things like this, and then beyond is going to be all that support. So at this point, ramping up to 1.0, what is your focus when it comes to community feedback? Like, what do you really want ironed out? I guess the easiest thing to say is after Sunday's update, say, barring all bugs that people are going to find, like, what will be your focus heading towards 1.0 for this game?
Probably the campaign stuff, not gonna lie. Because there is a lot of stuff that the game doesn't have that the campaign needs.
Oh.
Especially when it comes to things like cutscenes and stuff like that. Like, we don't have that sort of stuff in the game, and I don't intend to add that to the maker mode. Like, there will be, like, those kind of things will be campaign only.
Yes.
Yeah. So...
Dude, you add cutscenes to this, you gotta triple the price of the game. Good God. You're giving people you're giving people GarageBand for Minish Cap Maker, like...
No, yeah, totally. I'm thinking about a way to make it approachable, but I doubt it. Because it's already so annoying to use on RPG Maker, and I don't think I can make it easier. I want to have more customization for NPCs.
Right.
For the overworlds, I think it's necessary, but I'm not sure how to approach it yet. So I'll have to see if my mind can think of something, but otherwise...
Have you ever heard of the
don't
game
know.
Wargroove?
Yeah, I have.
Okay.
They have an editor, right?
They have an editor, and in that editor you can actually build cutscenes. I don't know if that could be a source of inspiration, because I remember it actually gave you, when I was trying to make my custom thing, it wasn't complicated, I just suck at stuff, but it basically gave you sort of a timeline, and you could put characters into a specific frame and give them something to say, and then they would just have base animations of them walking away or peering and things like that. In case you wanted inspiration, just to even help you out with your own cutscenes, because I'm sure you have plans. I'm not going to tell you how to dev, because I play games. But if you want inspiration, I feel like Wargroove would be kind of a game that I would think of when I think of, like, sort of trying to implement cutscenes for noobs type of deal. Right.
I gotcha. That's a good idea. I'll check that out, because, like, I'm not the biggest fan of cutscenes, not gonna lie.
Yeah.
And actually implementing cutscenes in an engine like a game is just difficult anyway. And having that be possible in like an approachable editor. Yeah. Scroll to event plans.
Yeah, see, Natalie and I are thinking the same thing, because we're like, with global events, it's really tough to show. So that's kind of like the only thing I would think of for a cutscene is whether or not it can quickly, or like even some kind of visual indicator, like an arrow pops up from a compass pointing you towards the direction of where that happened, or if it's on a different floor, like just showing that kind of detail, like just something like that. We're just curious if that might be something you would consider, because I know especially once you bring out campaigns, right? The maps, like, for example, I can tell you right now, like, when I'm playing Johto, if people don't know after 7 badges to go to the tower to go do stuff, it's going to be extremely difficult to demonstrate that to people. Obviously, I'm going to leave my lovely racers to suffer, and all of the lovely people of Questmaster to scratch their heads, see the map as far as long, and leave. I respect that. It's okay. But, yeah, I'm curious if there's anything to support that, especially with 1.0 coming out with the campaigns. Like, with that overworld thing, you don't got to give details, but... like, are we going to see some quality of life to help the player with that?
Yeah, that's confirmed. That's one of the things that, unfortunately, the campaign has to also have, because it's very unapproachable if you don't show what happens.
Right.
And it's arguably one of the big things that's missing from the... I wish I had included it in the global conditions update. But there will be... like, my idea right now, how I want it to work, is I've thought a lot about it, and this seems to be the most approachable and the easiest.
Okay.
A property on all objects that have a condition, that can have a condition, which is called something like a camera focus or something.
Oh, okay.
And when the object changes its state, the camera will focus it for like a short amount of time.
Yes.
And it would also be shown on the map.
Oh.
Like on the map screen.
Oh, so it gives like
kind
a
of like
indicator. That's
like in Phantom Hourglass.
I was gonna say, I love that. Yeah, I love that when they did that. That was beautiful.
Exactly. So that way, it's still very easy to add in retrospective to old dungeons, but yeah. And of course, it will also work with not just global, but also like local, like room conditions and anything basically. So it should be also like across floors. So if it's not the same room, it will like make it like fade out and change the room, show what happened, fade out again and stuff like that. So that should be...
that would be more than enough, honestly.
I think so.
And very reminiscent of Phantom Hourglass, which, in my opinion, had some of the best clarity for that, because Phantom Hourglass is a mess of a map, but it's supposed to be, and I think they solved that very well with like giving that indicator on the map, but as well as like snapping the camera. Because even just like a quick fade in, fade out, go see it, whatever, right? Like that makes a lot of sense. And for troll people, Natalie's gonna, that's gonna be a thing.
Well, Sluggy, the problem with the camera focus is that it will lock your input. So like it will essentially be a freeze frame if you do that. It will be annoying. But the thing with the camera focus is pretty interesting. Like I tested out having camera focus in old versions of Questmaster a lot. Like it used to be for all objects. I even experimented with like how the 3D games have the black bars at the top and bottom of the screen that go in and out. It was like the cinematic effect. Looked pretty bad in Questmaster, not gonna lie. But the problem with the camera focus is that it actually it ruins gameplay flow because it interrupts your movement, right? This is why I removed it. I didn't like it at all. But if it's optional, if it's opt-in, right? If you have to do it explicitly, I think it's a very good idea. So we just have to have some kind of cool indication in Maker mode that it's being shown. I was thinking maybe some camera icon or some spotlight around it visually to indicate it. Only in Maker mode, of course. It won't be shown in play mode, but yeah. The camera stops everything. It's like it stops the entire game basically. That's as if you would press the pause button. So it stops the game. It moves the camera to whatever happened. It shortly pauses, and then it goes back again, just like in Zelda, right?
Yeah, it's more modern Zelda, because there were other ones where like people could roll through cutscenes and end up at different places, but yeah, that'd be more of a modern Zelda. Like, I mean, you were paused in the middle of Breath of the Wild, and you were okay, so that makes more sense than randomly, you suddenly, roll into a cutscene, you're on a conveyor belt, just dumps you into a dead zone, you go, yeah, okay. Like, I don't want that to happen.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, that could be cool too, actually. Give a little bit of a, like, going down a log flume when you get your picture taken at the bottom of a trough right before you die. Photo finish.
Could be funny. Cinema Cruise, yeah, it will be 2 properties, so it will have just the once show if you don't want it to happen all the time. Like, imagine if you have a pressure plate and you could step off it, and like, you don't want the camera to always show it again because the player already knows it. But you also have the option to just have it be, like, infinite.
Yeah,
or just once.
Oh, so it'd be like the one in the infinite symbol that you have already. So that's easily
exactly.
useful.
Just reusing assets. Yeah. The classic.
Okay, I have 2 more questions for you.
What's that?
This one's from Sign. He's been sitting on it the entire time.
All right.
I know it's midnight for you, but have you had breakfast today?
Yes, I did have breakfast. Okay, I guess lunch.
It's fine. That counts.
That counts, yeah.
Something that I've been questioning. The larger these mechanics get, will you be able to, or are you thinking of increasing the number of total triggers, especially global triggers, that we have access to as the game expands?
Yes. I think my plan is to have... My plan, at least, is to have 5 more of each.
Okay.
But it's just a bit difficult to design them visually because we already exhausted kind of like the shapes that exist, so we have to find 5 more shapes, which is quite difficult. But I'm not the artist, so it's not my job. I'm sure they can find a way. But yeah, I think having at least 5 more is nice.
Somebody start a thread in Discord. We're gonna source some ideas for what shapes we need a rhombus.
Yeah.
We need a trapezoid. No, we need a trapezoid. What else do we need here? These are actually quite smart to be unique. This is gonna be that is actually quite difficult.
It is, yeah.
Oh yeah, just borrow the Tetris pieces. The Z piece, the S
of course,
piece, the T.
like remember,
T's, but
you will be able to mod shapes as well.
Oh really?
So like you can just add, like as I said, like when I say everything is moddable, I mean everything, right?
Oh, okay.
Like everything you see on the screen right now, except how the UI is laid out, is gonna be moddable.
Sweet.
And maybe in the future, even how the UI is laid out. Who knows?
Okay, so what you're telling me is I could take Sad Goozer and I could slap Julian's face on it, and it could be House of Julian, and it's just Julian hopping around as a slime.
Yeah.
And you can react to that anime by reincarnation as a slime.
Perfect, yeah.
Or you can be... Oh, man, are you going to allow chest mimics? You already have that, but, like, are people just going to start making things look like chess, and it's just going to be ending up like a frozen Lunark? There's going to be a floating chest around?
Ooh, probably.
Oh, man. I'm surprised you actually don't have a mimic enemy. I know you make the crabs. Will there be more things like that crab? It's so unique, but, like, are other enemies going to be able to ride other things on top of them? Because it feels... I kind of wish... because there are some interesting integrations with like being able to put a cracked block or a rock on top of certain other enemies to give them just kind of like, it's like Helmet Bros, right, from Mario, where it just gives them that extra little defense, but I guess that's what the status is going to be for.
Right. Yeah. I mean, with the mimic, like, really, like, the mimic is supposed to be the mimic, but I get it. It's not a full-on replacement. So what I think will happen is people will probably make a slime mod.
Yeah.
And you will be, like, since you will be able to configure the parameters of the slime, you will be able to make it not jump when it's idling. So, like, it will only jump at you when you actually are in range.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to is the enemy behavior, because the enemy behavior will clean up some. Like, I would love to make the clones not immediately run at people when they're on a map. Sort of give them like a sort of activation, because I get it, right? You gotta keep the trigger simple, otherwise it's just too complicated and it's gonna mess with a lot of things. So it's just something to work with, but yeah. By the way, if you don't know how to tell the difference, this has less spikes. That's the Mimic. This will kill you. They'll both kill you, but this will chase you, and you will scream. All right. Well, I guess so that I don't exhaust any conversations, I suppose might be happening tomorrow now or Sunday. Mm-hmm. It's going to be a bit of a spontaneous interview because if you're thinking that there might be just as much or more content to be shown in this next update, I guess I'll talk to you in 24 to 48 hours, kind of, sort of.
My pleasure. Yeah, I would be glad to be on here again, for sure.
If you enjoyed this interview, chat, I am live quite frequently. I always post in the Questmaster Discord when I am going live. And Julian, like I said, Julian, I've known, I talk like we're good friends. I've known about his work for years. And he learned of my existence when I asked, hey, where's Mystica? And when do you want to do your first interview ever? Because this is our third interview now?
I think so.
Yeah, I think. Oh no, I think we've done 4, and I've uploaded. Yeah, now this is our 4th, and I think this will be the 3rd one I upload because the second one didn't really have it was a very small one. But this one I might actually mix with the next batch of it so we can just put it all together and package it like that.
Hey, nice. Did you see, by the way, that I did the for the Mystica Kickstarter campaign, I did like a refunding thing. Like I refunded the bakers.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I made a decision because I didn't feel comfortable anymore having the game not be out after so many years, right? It's been over 5 years now.
That's very noble of you.
I paid it out of pocket. It was very difficult to do, but I think it was the best moral decision.
I mean, that is the moral thing to do, and I appreciated knowing that piece of information. Chat, please buy Questmaster.
Yeah, please buy it. Please buy it. I'm just a broke 23-year-old German.
Boy. You don't get devs like this every day, and I'm not just saying that because I'm kissing ass again. I'm always kissing ass. But stuff like that is the reason why it makes me even more attached to this game.
Yeah.
Yeah, remember, 1,000 reviews apparently keeps it alive. If you don't want the sad Goozer to get it, this is no longer Cursed Goozer. This is now Sad Goozer. If you want to give Sad Goozer a home outside of the workshop, and live in, I don't know, Lestel's mansion that I built, leave a review. I should probably leave a review now that I have 400 hours. It'd probably look good for somebody who's 400 plus hours on a game to be like, yeah, this game's not bad.
Probably should.
This game's taken like a couple of months out of my life, literally. What would that be? 24 hours. So 400 hours would be 20 days. Yeah, so it's like 2.5. It's almost 3 weeks of my life if I didn't sleep playing this game. Just building, no less. Not even playing. Yeah, pretty much. That's what I do too. I advertise here and then I advertise because I think creators also make the community, and the community is a very nice community. A lot of people like to play the maps. There aren't a lot of building ones. I just like building more, so I focus my efforts on building my map. Did you catch the sneak peek of of the map that I was working on, Julian?
Savvy Islands?
Yeah,
I did.
you did see it. You want to
At
see?
least a bit of it.
Sorry.
At least a bit of it. I don't know if I saw everything.
Do you want to see a secret?
Hell yeah. Show me your secrets, my guy.
I'll show a secret. So for those who haven't been following this, I've been building this for a couple of months. This is Sevii Islands. What I do is I take the recreations and I try to make them into functional Pokemon maps. So you're not doing Pokemon battling, but I take the shapes and I try and actually match the monsters to what Pokemon would be found in the area. So for example, the easiest one that I can show you here is over on 6 Island. I just finished Ruin Valley earlier today. So Rockets, I usually make the skeletons and the clones. And there's also like Sandshrews and Whoopers in this area. So I just try to match it based on enemies that you can fight.
Yeah.
But there is a Pokemon game crossover that I'm doing. And I'm going to hide most of it. I'm just going to show you a little piece of it. That's hiding me, not the game. If you can guess what the crossover is going to be, based on the pictures, you can already hear it. There's a game it's a Pokemon game, and it's going to be a bit of a crossover. That's one of them. There's also going to be this one. I'll show this one off right here. And I spent a decent amount of time making this work. And I had to look at Bulbapedia quite a bit, and I had to line up the boards and make sure that they worked for everything and that they could copy the same size so that it could be doable. It's not perfect, but with the items that you're gonna have, you've got this little guy, and you've got different things you gotta do, and this unlocks something very special in it. So there's the secret that I was gonna tell you about. Everything else, though, is, you know, I've worked on all these other pieces, been doing a decent work with trying to even copy, like, crack for crack what we do with the map. So this will be ready to play before 1.0. And if you're interested, it might not be for charity, but if you're interested, I usually race these maps for charity. And I have a lot of lovely people in the community, a lot of lovely fellow creators who have raced my maps in the past, for better or for worse. Sometimes they say they'll never be my friends, and they come back and do the next map. It's silly of them. But if you are a Questmaster owner, because it's not a free game, but if you are a Questmaster owner and you think of maybe racing these maps or being a speedrunner of them, I want to talk to you, because we put on a lot of marathons here, and I would be more than happy to try to unite the Pokemon community the best that I can. Or unite. Did I say unite? The Questmaster Pokemon community the best that I can. So. Yeah, save and load. At least we have multi-checkpoints. We have the multi-checkpoint now, and I've used a lot of, like, warping and stuff. But, like, I have hubs. I have fly hubs. That's the best that I can do for now. Unless...
Ooh, that's cool.
Oh, man, like it... My wires. They look silly.
No worries. I just reverted the change. I will be
really?
I just uploaded a patch, yeah.
Oh. You didn't have to.
Well, I will be adding it back just as a
as an addition, as a version. I see. Okay. Oh, you can't load these? Yeah, I keep that in mind because I have a super juiced like 4K PC. So, by the way, this is Cinnabar Island. It's roasted. But yeah, I try to reduce the number of tiles as I try to go for, like, not seeing the walls. The only reason why this looks like this is if you're in the water, you can't actually see it. There's no horizon, so it actually just looks like it continues off the map. I was trying to go for that effect, and I like the look. Like, it looks really good. You can't see the walls when you're... Oh, yeah, that happens. Like I did... I really like the underground layering. I've been really getting into sort of making this look happen to make it look like things are happening underground. But what I've really been doing is your vision's only 7 tiles wide. So if you make something extend beyond 7 tiles, you can make it look like the water just runs off without seeing the wall. So that's why if you look at a lot of my maps, the reason why they're so much bigger is because if I'm standing out here, it just looks like there's lava on the horizon. It doesn't actually show the walls. I can't do it everywhere, but that was kind of the idea of doing that. So Yeah.
That's pretty clever. That's
I might not be the best dungeon designer, but I try to be, funky in that sense. These are the hidden items right there. You can tell because you could dig them up, and they have little light effects to them. I had to think of something because we had a different.
That's cool.
Yeah, we had a different indicator on my other map. It had like modified terrain, which is actually what Fire Red does. But in this case, I was like, okay, I want something a little different. And when you introduce lighting, it was around the time of this. So I'm like, okay, well, now what I could do is I could actually make hidden items in a barren forest, and you have to look for the little light. And it's not too bad for anybody who's just like not looking at the ground. And it just becomes sort of a notable thing here. So
yeah, I love that. That's a really cool idea. I love the sunlight being used in various cases. It's so cool.
Yeah, like even in the first part of the map here. Like, obviously, you use it to show where there's openings, so what I wanted to do is kind of, like, extend the lighting all the way down. So, like, the lighting actually shows in specifically the areas that are blocked. So this shows that there's a hole in the thing, and then now you have this showing because that's the open part. So...
That's so good.
Yeah, I've tried my best. I've tried my best to kind of, like, integrate the layers and stuff like that.
Yeah, I love that.
I'm really happy with how this turned out, because on the map, it actually looks like Ruined Valley, and the curvatures look very hilly, because this was the only part of the map in Emerald or Fire Red and Leaf Green that used double layers, apparently. It's the only game that ever used double layers of pixels for mountains, because it's supposed to be super mountainous. So they just added a double layer. So I tried to do that effect, and I really like how this turned out. So, yeah. Fun things you learn while you're studying Bulbapedia to make a map.
Yeah, that's surprising. Yeah, I didn't expect that.
Yeah. And Noble is correct. It's the Samuel Oak Coolant Company trying to stop Cinnabar's disaster. That is the lore. Moltres went berserk. But why?
The lore.
The lore. Well, Julian, any final words before we have words again?
Oh boy.
In a handful of hours.
I don't know. It just seems like I think I messed up a lot of things I have to fix.
That's part
quite a few things.
That's okay.
Yeah, but I gotta eat as well.
So do I. I'm hungry. Chat, claps in chat for Julian for always, and the entire Questmaster team for always doing spectacular work. They come out, they have a fun time. Julian's very honest and responsive to the community, and that's what we appreciate. Our
pleasure.
In our games that are built around communities, so that's the stuff we like to see. And Julian's not just doing it for the fame, or he would have kept his Mystica money. So, there you go.
Exactly, yeah. That's very true.
I guess look out if you're in my Discord, or look out in the Questmaster Discord, because it sounds like when this update comes out, I'm going to be hitting up Julian and be like, hey, you free in an hour? And then we do another deep dive into all the new mechanics to add on to Thunderbolt Bastion. If you see me live tomorrow, it's going to be with Pine first, because we're going to be playing Noida for a few hours, his final stream before he goes off on vacation and I lose my best friend forever. I'm kidding, he's gone for like 2 weeks. But, when Julian has that update out, and if you keep up with the news in the Discord, probably look out for my name in an hour or two, because I'll be trying to talk to Julian and be like, so is it good? Is it good? Is it good? And I'm going to be internet poking him. Like, this, but felt. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
Yeah, Julian, thanks very much, man. Very much appreciate you trusting me with reporting on and giving feedback and live views before the bugs. That's not something that a lot of devs like to do, so I appreciate that you approach it like a normal human being and take faults as times to grow and like not feel ashamed of it. Like you're just a good person.
I am one with the bugs.
Okay, but I don't like bugs. You're one with the bug fixes.
Maybe, yeah. Maybe that. That sounds better.
People, leave reviews,
features.
Find bugs, features. Yes, always find features. Find ways to troll in your Questmaster. Troll well, build beautiful maps, build those lovely musical things. Does anyone know if there's a blueprint to a Rickroll? in this yet. I'm sure there is,
Oh.
because I need that for the next part of my map, and I'm not going to tell you why.
I'm sure people will add a modded music track for Rickroll once the jukebox drops.
But that means I have to, like, put... That means I have to put, like, a whole new floor just to add that. I don't want a whole Rickroll floor, or do I? No, I don't want a whole Rickroll floor.
Could just be a room.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, I'll have to see when you add the jukebox and everything to fully get what I can do with it. Because that is actually exactly what... You said that's coming out with the enemies, right? Or is that coming later? I forget
I have to see if I can implement it tomorrow. I mean, it's fairly trivial to implement, and I think the art is ready, so it might just be coming out tomorrow, honestly.
Jeez, all right, we'll have to take a look at that, because ironically, now that you've said that, and now that I know what that could happen, you could actually make this next part of my map even funnier, because it's the Registeel dungeon, and the whole idea is going the wrong way warps you back to the beginning. So if what I could do is every time you get warped, you get sent to the Rickroll room, I'm going to make at least one racer upset. At least. And that is my goal, to at least piss off one racer.
That sounds that sounds like it.
I mean, there's another section that if you've been watching, you've seen how I've organized it to get the first gem in this place. So nothing says ominous like having 18 one-way warp pads. What could that possibly mean?
Yeah, right.
Mario 64 slider theme? Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah,
for sure. We'll have to wait for all those wonderful modders. But yeah, Julian, have a great night.
Same to you, man.
Eat well. I don't know what you're having at midnight, but probably something delicious.
We'll see. We'll see. I gotta work, so I gotta rush. Because it's yeah, as I said, it's already midnight, right? I gotta get those sleep hours in as well.
All right, McDonald's for both of us. I'll have the lettuce wrap burger. I don't know what you're gonna get.
Probably some potatoes and like some mutton or something, mutton meat.
Ooh, you're a sheep fan.
Yeah, well, it's not by choice.
Oh, food sensitivities as well?
Yeah, very dramatic.
We could do a oh my god. You know, okay, hold on. I need you to do this because my sister and I both have this stuff. She actually just went to an acupuncturist today. If you go look in a mirror, and I kid you not, I'm going to show you guys. If you don't like looking into people's mouths, don't look into people's mouths. But there's something she taught me that you can look at. If you look at your tongue and you see a crease in it, not the normal crease in the middle, but if you see like a divot in it and it looks like a cut or like a... Apparently that means you have gastric distress in the acupuncturist world. So I have one. I've had one my entire life. I have that like deep groove in my tongue.
Right.
So apparently that means that I have gastric distress, which I do. So if you check in the mirror and you find one like that, it could be very subtle and on the back of your tongue. But if you see that, it does mean to approach an acupuncturist because they will know about your food sensitivities and be able to give you some advice or maybe work with it, because that's what they're going to help my sister with, because she can't eat vegetables anymore, which is becoming concerning. So
yeah, I mean, I have a very long history with it as well. Like I've done very long stints of like carnivorous diets where I've only eaten like animal foods, like organs and stuff like that as well. So I'm like all deep in the diet guru shit. So yeah. But I'm gonna tell you, like, from my experience, it doesn't get better over the years. It just gets more restrictive if you don't actually get professional people to help you. And since I'm like almost 10 years into this and I haven't used professional people, I'm very cooked.
Bro, I'm only 3 years in. Don't do that to me. People did that to me with 30s. And I'm like, I'm not afraid of 30. I'm 33 now. And I'm like, I came in not being afraid of... Don't tell me that about food, all right? I had to give up peanut butter. I'm on rice and meat and vegetables, which I like. But if I have to eat one more brown rice product, I'm going to flip. Although my mom made some gluten, dairy-free coconut chocolate chip cookies. They're actual drugs. They're so good.
Oh, yeah?
They're so good. Very tasty.
I
found a way to turn Brussels sprouts into like a guacamole spread by accident.
Ooh.
And it's really tasty. I don't know why, but like I don't mind Brussels sprouts, but I just mixed it with onion in one day, and I just accidentally pureed it too much, and I went in there and I go, this is a paste. I made Brussels sprout paste. But it doesn't taste like Brussels sprouts. It is! It was! It tastes like avocado.
Good.
So, yeah, go check your tongue, go get some food, and we'll talk tomorrow or Sunday when that update comes out, and we'll have a grand old time taking a look at all the enemies, because if there's something that I obsess with in Makers, it's definitely combat, so I'm going to think about that.
Amazing. Gonna be amazing. Alright, man. Alright, everyone. Have a good night, y'all.
Night, Julian.
Bye-bye.
See ya. Oh, I'm gonna be honest with you, chat. I got a cramp. Oh. I've been holding that cramp for about 10 minutes. I don't know what happened, but I laughed really hard at something and I cramped. So that's my body telling me it's time to go myself. But that's okay. We're going to be back tomorrow, 11 a.m. Eastern time with the Visual Pine. Discord post is up there. Follow my socials. I'm going to go find some food. Thank you very much for joining us for the interview. I guess we're going to be interviewing Julian within the next 24 to 48 hours. And we'll take a look at that enemy update and the trigger update and whatever else he's going to be able to bring out soon. Very much like hanging out with the Questmaster community. And if you're curious, I do build maps about once a week on stream. It's not very frequent. We're currently doing a lot of Pokemon challenge runs and roguelike challenge runs because that's what we mainly do on this channel. If that's your kind of take, or you like seeing creative challenges, or again, you want to just see someone recreate Pokemon as a dungeon that they're going to make people run for charity or otherwise. If that's your style and you find my voice attractive, but not my face, because that's not a requirement, but the voice is kind of something you have to listen to for at least 4 to 8 hours a week. Day. Yeah, hit the like button. I'll see you guys tomorrow, 11 a.m. Let's find someone. By the way, guys, I know it says it's Blessius' first time, but I have talked to Blessius before, and they're a very cool creator. You should go check out Madeline. They do a lot of troll level stuff. Blessius does a lot of variety stuff, but a lot of charity fundraising, and I'm always a fan of shouting out charity people. Lugia is a very good designer in the community. I'd love to get to know more of you. Pauanoia was here earlier as well. If I'm missing anybody else, go follow them too. Lugia is good people. They actually helped me with the with one of the puzzles in the map that we used for charity last year, one of the escape room puzzles, so they came up with a very unique solution to a problem that I had, so. But anyways, have a great night. Let's find someone to raid, and we're out of here. Oh, why does laughing hurt? That's not a good thing. Laughing's supposed to reduce pain, not increase. That's why I assume that Sai makes so many degenerate jokes. Oh, here we go. Let's go. Actually, you know what? Let's go raid into one of the people who actually who did the races last year. And some of you might know him already. The Visual Pine is currently playing through Baldur's Gate 3. If you have my emotes, there's the raid message. Otherwise, take your favorite emotes and put some tentacles around them. Why did that start? It's a tradition we started years ago, and it's just something we kept. So, bring those tentacles with you over to Pine's community, and he's the guy we're hanging out with tomorrow. So, thank you for joining me, and talk to you soon with more Questmaster updates. Take care. Have a lovely night. Peace.